let's do a cheers to the Sobeys Safeway Liquor Beer podcast.
Be right again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
All right, let's do a cheers.
Here she come now, say morning, morning.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
Shoot 'em down, turn around, come on, morning.
Makes my day.
Hey, she give me love and I feel alright now.
I can't believe
You
it.
gotta toss and turn to feel alright, and I feel alright. I say yeah,
My name's Jeff. My name's Jeff.
yeah, 'cause you make me feel
Yeah, I'm thinking on top.
so good, so good, so fine, so fine. It's alright when I feel alright. I say yeah, yeah.
You tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me.
Shaking, moaning, moaning.
Hey, 6 o'clockers, check in, get cotched.
Shotgun dead, and come on, moaning.
Hey, 6 o'clockers, check in, get cotched.
Don't stop cooking as I feel alright now.
Hey, 6 o'clockers, check in, get cotched.
Don't stop now, come on, moaning, come on, yeah. I say yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, 'cause you make me feel so good, so good. When I feel alright, you're so fine, you're so fine.
I'm your Huckleberry. How do?
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
6:04 on the Nielson Show, a little dance party Friday.
It's a party machine.
To get us going as well.
It's a party
Oh
machine.
my God. Yeah. Wait a second here.
Very impressive. Taken a few years to put all this together.
It's not a one-year quest because it's so hard to get your hands on. At this stage of my life, I don't invest in green bananas. It's a lifetime quest. Just not sure if I'm going to be around long enough to see them ripen to be yellow. You can't party enough when you win that thing. It's a party machine. Party machine. That's why it's the Stanley Cup. It's hard. It's hard.
.607. Now we can go. Now we can go.
Happy 1-year anniversary of Bob Stauffer crashing the hangout in Las Vegas.
It was at a year ago today.
Courtesy Surveyor Brett.
Man, we've got a number of
Banner day.
Yeah. All right. So a year ago today, Stoff popped on the hangout for 30 seconds. 3 years ago today, LeBron became the all-time points record leader. Surveyor Brett had that in his phone. And Rip City Step in his phone saying it's actually Trevor Appreciation Week.
Hey, what do you know?
What an ironic twist. Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube Trev is here. Trev, Did you change the alarm setup? Did you how did you wake up on time for work this morning? That's what people want to know.
Well, when this happens, you don't really sleep the nights of. So, yeah, I mean, I was tossing and turning all night.
You're showered up.
I'm showered up. I probably went to bed at, I think it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I was in bed and just triple checking to make sure that my alarm is all good, which it was. And yeah, we made it, Nasties. I'm here. I'm happy to be back. It felt like, I'm going to be honest, like getting ready for work this morning, like getting out of my house, I was just like, it felt like a dream. Yesterday didn't feel real at all.
It didn't feel real at all.
Like, what is going on? Yeah, it's so weird. So, but yes, I'm back.
But you look like $1 million
Better
today.
mood. Got a smile on. Feel good.
Good.
Yeah, I came to play today. Let's go.
He came to play.
Let's go. Let's go.
He came to play. A cons for YouTube, Trev.
Yes.
All right, look, this guy came to play today. Let's hammer the thumbs up, eh? Why
Absolutely.
not? It's a huge day today. We got Colorado and Edmonton. Tales of the North tonight.
Playoffs.
Possible playoff preview, if you can believe that. All right, so hammer the thumbs up over on YouTube today. We would love to smash through 400 on a Friday show and a game day. Why not? No reason to save them heading into the weekend. The whole gang is here. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio today. Ooh, Mitch Picton resigned with the Riders, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't going to go anywhere else.
That was yesterday's news.
I missed it. I missed it. It just popped up.
No, that's been.
I just saw a Sports Cage tweet.
Oh,
That's
you're
the
on
reason I
the.
thought-
You're on the.
I can't believe you didn't text me about the Mitch Picton news.
You're on the feed, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I guess I am on the feed. Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. They are the sponsor of our studio. They are one of our sponsors on the oil stream as well. And they have a $4 value menu every single day. 5 different items for just $4. 5-piece nuggets, fried pickles, mini chicken wrap, mini chicken sandwich, or the black and cauliflower for just $4 at all Popeyes locations. The Nielson Show, of course, brought to you by Southport Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. Go see Daniel, Garrett, Claire, the entire team out there, and they will give you an amazing vehicle buying experience like you won't get anywhere else. Southport Chevrolet. Nasty chat's moving. Inbox is flying on a Friday. Let's go. 780. You went by Wayne's yesterday. We got NFL packs to crack. This will be it. Oh, this will be good. We'll have to have a little draft. 3 different packs today.
3 different packs, exactly.
3 different packs for us today.
Only one will get the gum.
Oh boy. Oh, that's we'll have to figure out how to do that. This is why we need that dice.
The dice would come in handy, especially the 100 sided for the 3 packs.
Yeah, this is why we need the 100D.
Yeah.
Or D100. Sorry.
D100, yeah.
So we have a relatively busy Friday show. The coach will join us, Herm Edwards. Chris Johnston's going to be by to help us set up Oilers and Avs. But I have a couple of things that just sort of, and we'll get to your morning announcements. Well, you know what? I'll just lay it out for you now. Then we'll get completely sidetracked here as we work our way through the 6 o'clock hour today. We'll have your morning announcements coming up. Tales of the North is on the way as well. We're going to crack some packs for Wayne Sports Cards around 6:45. Chris Johnston will be by for Pro-Am Sports just after 7. That hurts for James H. Brown around 7:20-ish today. Another day, another Super Bowl bet of the day for our partners over at Cool Bet, so we'll get into that. The Fan Zone for fansfirst.ca. We'll go there around 7:30. Herm Edwards will join us 7:45. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. That's a good. The orange and blue breakfast, by the way. At any point after you left this building yesterday, did you think about the mac and cheese that we had yesterday from the Italian Center?
Crossed my mind a couple of times yesterday afternoon.
It's still there. There's still some left.
I know,
right?
yeah, the spoons.
It's like just sitting in the
said
thing.
hello
still.
to me when I opened the fridge this morning in a Reed Wilkins voice.
You almost thought it's cool. Yeah. We'll get to Reed Wilkins in a second.
Oh, this is the mac and cheese.
The orange and blue breakfast at 8:30 today. Don McDonald, director of sales for Brewsters and Beer Revolution.
That's a real name.
I guess. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, Don McDonald will join us from Brewsters.
Is he bringing wings?
I mean, what a surprise.
Great wings. Some of the best in the city. Hands down.
What a surprise that would be. Man, that'd be great. Marmet Basin Snow Report plus the wrap for William Huff. So we do have a busy Friday show. So I'm around the office yesterday. I'm chatting with guys, and I had enjoyed something on Reed's show the day before, and I brought it up, and he's like, "Oh, the bookbinder thing." I said, "No, I didn't. I wasn't familiar with the bookbinder bit. I missed it." So I went back yesterday and checked out their show from 2 days ago, and this guy is certifiably nuts. Like, if you've not yet checked out the Reed Wilkins show from 3 to 6, I mean,
We've unlocked him and unzipped him from his Ched days. Like this is.
I mean, what Ched had a superstar like cuffed up.
You didn't know what you were buying.
Pre and post.
You didn't know what you were buying.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like when I sat down with Reed to talk about coming over here, he did not say, "Oh, I've got this great bookbinder bit."
It didn't factor in.
No,
he was a green banana back then. He's now ripe.
He's ripe now.
Form.
Here's a bookbinder thing from a couple days ago.
But I am just a lonely, nasty bookbinder. I would love to beat Jasmine. I would love to maybe bind Tommy's shorts so they come further down his thigh. Not a book necessarily, but I'm sure my skills could translate. I would love to put together the Persnickety Papers by Matthew Owanek. And now, at last, Jay, you have contacted me. The bookbinder of Alberta. The last one.
This guy's nuts. Like we dress up and go crazy for Tales of the North. But Reed, it takes it to another level.
Should be on Tales of the North in some sort of capacity. Yeah.
You know what? In the playoffs, the bookbinder will have to. What say ye, old bookbinder?
Pops out of that door beside you.
Hello, I'm the bookbinder. Yeah, so I've clipped this now. This is in our vault now. They're gonna have a lot of fun with this.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
What did Ched lose when Reed came over here?
The bookbinder of Alberta.
Didn't even know.
If you haven't checked out the Reed Wilkins show yet, and you find our show entertaining, you'll also love their show with Reed and Jay from 3 to 6 every single day. It's Jay Milne and the
bookbinder of Alberta.
Oh my God. And some off the cuff stuff too around the office.
You just get the on-air stuff.
Yeah, you should see this guy off the air. I mean,
dirty.
Yeah. Filthy mess.
Dirty old dog.
Yeah. Filthy mess.
You make Filthy Bruce blush.
Finally, you have contacted me, Jay.
And now, at last, Jay, you have contacted me.
It's like he's been traveling through time and Jay's plucked him out of the...
It's just, I mean, if you're not listening to the Reed Wilkins show, I'm promising you, you will love it. Got to check it out. Every single day live right here on YouTube, on TuneIn, on iHeart, and at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, or you can obviously download the podcast after the fact as well. But this dude is absolutely hilarious. Like, little off kilter, maybe. But it's good stuff.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
Okay, here's the other thing I wanted to ask, because I faced this dilemma last night, boys. How late is too late to text somebody who's not like a really good buddy, like a tight buddy, like one of my best buddies?
Does this involve you texting me last night about the...
No. Well, I texted you. When did I text you, actually? I guess this would have been a little bit later, I think. I texted you earlier.
Well, the question is what time, hey? This was 8:21.
Okay, so I don't feel bad about that. No, but essentially it was a business-related text to a guy that has become a pretty good acquaintance, but it was still a business-related text. So how late is too late on a weeknight for a business-related text? Because I sent this one around 9:53, and I thought most people are probably up till around 10 o'clock.
Thursday, too. This is a Monday, I can understand maybe, or, Sunday.
What do you think?
Thursday,
What's too late? Trev, what's too late, do you think?
Yeah, Trev.
I think you're safe there.
I think anything pre-10.
Yeah, pre-10. I was going to say 11. So I thought, I'm totally okay with accepting a text. But yeah, last night I would have been in bed.
You would have been in bed. You would have missed it anyway.
Very early. But yeah, I think what you got right there, right before 10, that's perfect, actually. That'll be good. That's right where you want it.
Tom Dix's mustache says 9 o'clock. I don't feel bad. Well, I guess maybe this is why I'm asking the question, because I sent that one last night at 9:53, and I was like, is this too late?
No.
Cam from Alley Cat will be in for Beer of the Week next week.
Nice.
He'll be bringing a delivery of some 6 o'clock lager as well. Oh, yeah. You know who will love that.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
Ice Cube. Is that Zach? Is he up already?
Yeah.
Why does that dude? Why does he get up so early?
I don't think he sleeps.
Ice Cube says 9 or 9:30, but I'll text you anytime. All right, you creeper.
He will.
Greg in Vegas says business-related text, 6 p.m. Jason says 10 o'clock is pushing it. Todd Gack says 9 is the cutoff for a lot of things in life. So maybe it was too. I mean, but with that being said, I sent that text to Cam last night, and I think he got back to me.
Did he
right away.
respond in
I don't know.
kind?
Let me see. Ooh. Oh, yeah. No, he replied right away. Well, not right away. Actually, he sent me a text after 10. Who the hell does he think he is? Yeah, he replied at 10:05, and then I gave a yup, and he gave a thumbs up at 10:05. So we're still doing business at 10 o'clock.
You should flip it. Start conducting your business when you wake up in the morning. Like 5 a.m.
That would
just
that
rifle them
tough.
out, have them in the drafts, and just send them all out.
You know, I'm gonna
You're hitting these people first off. Like it's the
I'm going to
first thing they
start
see in the morning.
scheduling meetings at 4:30. And I'm going to say, it's at the office. If you can meet me at the office. And they go, oh, okay. And so also that's a.m.
Yeah. Perhaps at the Tamarack McDonald's.
I want the 4th. Yeah, I'll meet you at the Tim Hortons at 4:30 in the morning. Let's do that. Look, you got to get business done earlier, right?
Then you got the day to do whatever you want.
Dave the Welder says, text whenever. Texts are short notes that can be responded to at a later time. Easily up to 11 p.m. Library Pat says, are you asking whether 10 o'clock is too late to expect an answer? Or are you worried about disturbing/annoying the person? It's a great question, Library Pat. I was worried about disturbing or annoying the person. I wasn't fully expecting an answer. Senior Boot says, who cares how late you send it? It's up to the recipient to make the call. I send them at all hours. All right, well, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Brad from Crossfield says 10 o'clock is absolutely the cutoff. You're good. You know what? I texted Cam at 9:53. He texted me back at 10:05. I should have replied to him and said, hey, why are you texting me so late? Because it's after my 10 o'clock cutoff.
Gotcha.
You see that what I did there? It was funny because he replied to me after 10, but I had messaged him before 10.
You then had the right of way to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, portions of this hour are brought
Leave
to
me
you
alone.
by Alley Cat. The geniuses behind the 6 o'clock lager, bringing you everything from Scone to Gold to the Apricot to the Mangalorean to the main squeeze and absolutely everything in between. And they keep churning things out like crazy. Check them out, alleycatbeer.com, or visit their tap room at 9929 60th Ave. That's 9929 60th Ave. Slide on in, start with the 6 o'clock lager, and then take it all for a ride. Hey,
Cozy tap room there too.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Very
just
nice.
go in, sit there, and relax for a little bit. Dusty sending a text that's 7 minutes into 10 o'clock on a weeknight. Who do you think you are? Gary Batman? That's in from a Teef. He's on fire today.
Gary Batman.
Now this comes from a Teef who will send us text messages at all hours of the day.
Yeah, he has no shame. No, there's no.
No. A Teef texts me more than my wife texts me.
Once again, if you can't get a seat at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge for Super Bowl 59, the overflow at a Teef's apartment, I do believe, is still wide open. So inquire with Wheels on the nasty chat.
All right, 780.
I still want you waking up there Monday. Dusty, you're going to be late for the show.
Dusty, you're late for the show.
with the breakfast in bed. And you're tucked into his bed.
If you're watching over on YouTube today, let's go hammer the thumbs up. We're 34 away from changing 100. Let's smash through 100 here before 6:30. Easy peasy. Hey, what's up with the creepy U-Haul outside, hey? Eric and I are getting a little concerned here.
There's parking available for a couple of businesses across with plugins available for the parking. And in a month back, Christmas time, I think it was, I'd get here, Trev would get here, there'd be an RV or a camper van,
milking that power.
And it looked, I mean, it's something that Reed Wilkins would be driving. You wouldn't be surprised if Reed popped out of there, the bookbinder, right? If the bookbinder popped out of the back. Hello!
I'm gonna go over and see who's in this U-Haul.
Yeah.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
Like that had that written all over it. They're gone now. And I think it was like a family. And they were all bearded, like the men and the women.
Okay.
But now there's a U-Haul. Like
but it's the smallest U-Haul I ever seen in my life.
But they're plugged in. There's people sitting in the cab, multiple people. I assume they're living in it or something. This street before the sun comes up is a wild show.
Yeah.
You got the Banya downstairs, the parlor down the road. You got that crazy
so much going
hotel.
on. There's that new place that I think is a Lego store, but I'm not sure. It's called Brick Bin.
I'm not getting those.
You know, there's 3 offices for rent in that building over there. What do you think about an EST relocation next to the XXX massage parlor?
I love it.
How about that?
But we might have to contact old, what's his face down the street there, the black sedan. Maybe get that
get some security
cover. Yeah, the blanket.
I need to hire a black sedan guy here. Yoshi texts in and says, guys, you should get Alley Cat to bring in their unicorn blood beer.
Yeah, you saw that
Yoshi.
stuff, eh?
Yeah, well, it's not actually the blood of the unicorn.
Yeah, it is.
What a waste, eh? Imagine finding a unicorn, or like
suck it out.
all of humanity has been searching for unicorns. And then the one person who finds it's an avid hunter and just takes it down. It's like, I got to have it. And you're like, but this is the only one. And that's the end of it. And then Alley Cat purchases the blood from the unicorn and puts it into a beer. And then a certain individual casts a spell over that beer.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
Reed riding a unicorn naked through the woods, eh? Or the bookbinder, I should say.
I do see Reed, the bookbinder, being on a unicorn.
Yeah.
I think that would be a pretty funny bit. I think that would be good. Anyway, weird, creepy little U-Haul guy over there. And I'm not too sure what to make of it. When I got here yesterday, he was leaving. Today, when I got here, it was later, and he was still sitting there.
It makes the hair, it gives me the creeps.
Yeah, that's a good way.
It's
the
a bit of
heebie-jeebies, really.
Yeah, you're not like scared totally, but you're just kind of like, this is not good.
See, look at this. My wife just texted me at 6:22. That's not too
Last
early
night?
when it's your wife. No, this morning. Because she knows I'm on the air, right? Like
Well, sure, yeah.
Obviously, I'm up.
The game's on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Last night around the world of sports, your boy Josh Allen, buddy. MVP. The first.
MVP.
There you go. Let's twist it.
P.
He's the first guy to win MVP in the last 12 years when somebody else was the first team All-Pro quarterback.
Close race, too.
Very close race.
Yeah.
Could have gone either way. I thought both were valid candidates.
Sure. Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
But Josh Allen ends up taking home the NFL MVP. Alexander Ovechkin scored last night.
879.
16 away from setting the record. He scored in 4 consecutive games. So Ovi back from that injury and heating up. Vegas, and they've been struggling a lot lately. They picked up a 3-1 win last night on the road in New Jersey. Colorado doubling up the Flames in Calgary 4-2. The Canucks get a much-needed victory, especially with the Flames' loss. They had to squeak by San Jose 2-1. Maple Leafs got by the Kraken 3-1 last night. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games last night. All 9 of them would have finished under 7.5 goals.
No.
That's why I'm doing the undies.
No.
All 9 games. If you would have just bet all 9 games last night to be under 8 goals, you would have cashed in a nice ticket.
Did you?
I had a 3-gamer.
Okay.
But you know what was scary is that I went back to the Caps on the 3-gamer, and that was a 4-3 game with an empty net late. And I was like, oh my God, the Caps are going to screw me on Dusty's undies again. But I ended up hitting it. I had Caps Flyers, Hurricanes Wild.
Yeah,
I mean, it
2-1.
didn't matter. I mean, they all hit last night. And then Vegas and the Devils. No, yeah, Vegas and the Devils.
Yep.
So it worked out okay.
Of course, the biggest game of the evening coming on the hard court.
Oh, man.
Might have to carve out an entire segment for this one.
I do. I have one.
You multiples on the show today. Yeah,
That's a good.
sure,
It's already carved out for it. But LeBron James, at the age of 40 in year 22, went off for 42 points, 17 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal and a block. The Lakers, I believe, are now 6-1 without Anthony Davis, whether it was during the season he was hurt or since the trade. LeBron legit without AD in the lineup looks like he could still have MVP juice. Like it's ridiculous. Watching last night's game was insane. Even Trev was like, at one point, did he not make 3 consecutive threes? Yes, at one point in this game, he went on a 9-0 run by himself. 3-pointer, come back, grab it again, 3-pointer. And then the third one was from 34 feet out in like the middle of the bloody logo. It was insane. He was cooking last night. Now, Steph and the Warriors.
17 boards as well.
Yeah,
I don't know
17 boards. I
Okay,
mean, he's a machine. I mean, the guy's an absolute bloody machine. Steph was horrible shooting night. He went like 13 for 35 last night or something. But did make some threes to make it relatively close late. And then the Lakers put it away. But that's crazy. Absolutely insane. So, I mean, he just keeps on going. And now they're adding Luka and Mark Williams to the lineup.
And you still got Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves didn't even have that good a night.
Yeah.
I watched that.
I
watched
watched
that.
23.
But look at it. I don't think he hit a 3. I think he was like 0 for 8 or 0 for 9 from beyond the arc. But watching that game last night, and look, I'm not going to spend too much time on this.
Yes, you will.
Basketball. Forgot what I was going to say.
You got to
now.
play the extended
No,
version.
Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith. Vandy's healthy, and he just changes things for them. He's an energy defensive guy. He was great last night. I like him. I think they're going to be kind of. I think they're going to kind of be a tough out.
Raptors visiting SGA tonight as well in the OKC. SGA in the OKC.
Dallas Mavericks beat the Celtics last night too. The Celtics were like an 8.5 point favorite in that game. Klay Thompson had a nice game. Kyrie only had 19, but the Mavs went into Boston last night and beat them 127-120 in the association. And the Clippers lost again. Lame duck James Harden can't get anything done there. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Rip City Step says, Blazers, more wins than the Spurs now. Scoot better than Wemby? A lot of people asking. Hashtag Association City. Enjoy the king while you have him, because there'll never be another. Tales of the North coming up. We're going to get to that. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. 17 away from changing 100 here by 6:30. So let's do that. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Manday John says, boys, it's never too late to text someone. It's up to them to put their phone on silent when they're done for the evening and don't want to receive calls or texts.
Do people still have text tones when they get a text? I mean, it's 2025. You're standing in line to get a coffee sometimes, and that old guy's got that piano one that his texts are just ripping off, and it's like, shut the damn thing up.
Shut your phone up. Shut it up.
Shut it up.
I have no sounds or vibrations for calls or texts.
Even turn
Nothing.
the vibrator off.
No vibrators,
On
nothing. No, yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? I'm gonna turn off the sound so it doesn't disturb anybody. And then you get a text, your phone's like,
yeah.
It's ridiculous. All right, 780-218-9999 is where I also don't pick up phone calls.
Ever.
Like sometimes even if it comes up and I know the person, I still don't pick up. I'm like, just text me, man.
Neither does he.
I don't want to.
How do you know that? Or is it just because I've done that around the office? But you haven't. I haven't not.
No, I think it was because I
Detailed
called
joke.
you 4 times yesterday when you were sleeping in.
Oh, yeah.
Play the rim shot there.
It was.
Sorry, Trev. I thought you.
Oh, damn it.
It would have been hilarious if you actually picked up on the joke right away, but you know what? It's more adorable that you didn't.
Yeah.
That's more adorable that you didn't. All right.
Yeah.
If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EvanstonSportsTalk.com, please tell your friends how easy it is to consume our station over there. And if you're watching on YouTube, smash the thumbs up for us. We got a sports update coming up for Lieutenant Eric, or with Lieutenant Eric. On the other side, Tales of the North. More of your text messages. If you have any conch requests, let us know. And crack pack for Wayne Sports Cards. We're diving into NFL cards today because, as the saying goes, when in Rome. Hey, do you think in Rome they say, when here? What do you think? Maybe. I would. I almost want to go to Rome and then look at Tammy and be like, when here? And she just walk away from me in disappointment.
This is the last Tales of the North for the month of February.
Yeah.
The Oilers head on the road after the Four Nations face-off. They're back home to host the Ducks March 4. Get it in you.
We have to do it today. I think I put together a pretty fun one today.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think we should all let it all out today, hey?
I refer to somebody as the victimizer. That's pretty good, right? Making victims of other things.
I mentioned Skinner.
You do? In a poem?
But which one?
Oh. You're a clever guy. Let's get to the sports update. Tales of the North, crack pack, more 6 o'clocker fun on the way. Chris Johnston for Pro-Am Sports just after 7 o'clock. Hey, I thought the Avs were supposed to do something else. Right? Or Trey Ranton. Oh, don't worry, they're going to do something else. Haven't seen anything else yet. What's going to happen there? We'll get into that with Chris Johnston.
Oilers back home to host the Avalanche tonight. Their final game prior to the Four Nations face-off. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas, they'll have your GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage begins at 6 here on EST. It's one of 5 games around the NHL tonight. Colorado last night doubling up the Flames 4-2. Alex Ovechkin goal 879, leading the Capitals over the Flyers 4-3. Braden Point had 3 points. Lightning topped the Sens 5-1. Dylan Guenther scoring in overtime for the second straight game. Utah defeat Columbus 3-2. Matt Tkachuk scoring with 12 seconds left, lifting the Panthers over the Blues 3-2. Leafs, they win their third straight out west, 3-1 over the Kraken. Canucks drop the Sharks 2-1 in overtime. Wild over the Hurricanes 2-1. Carolina have dropped 3 in a row, and the Golden Knights, they snap a 4-game slide with a 3-1 win over the Devils. The Edmonton Oil Kings visit the Hitmen tonight at 7. They're then back home to host the Moose Jaw Warriors tomorrow night, also at 7. The Oil Kings sit 7th in the Eastern Conference, a point back of both Brandon and Saskatoon. Josh Allen edged out 2-time winner Lamar Jackson for the AP NFL MVP award in the closest race since Matt Ryan beat out Tom Brady in 2016. Allen getting 27 first-place votes to Jackson's 23 and finished with 383 points to Jackson's 362. LeBron James, 42 points and 17 boards. Lakers over the Warriors, 121-12. Raptors are back in action tonight. They'll visit the Thunder in one of 7 games. Over to golf for the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Corey Connors, the low Canadian. He shot an opening round 4 under yesterday with Adam Hadwin at 3 under. Play was suspended due to darkness last night. Round 1 will resume at 8:15 this morning. And over to the University of Alberta hockey. Golden Bears visit Manitoba tonight, tomorrow afternoon, while the Pandas will host the Bisons tonight and tomorrow at Claire Drake. Volleyball, Golden Bears and Pandas host UBC from the Saville Center tonight at 6 and tomorrow at 5. And over to track and field where the 9th annual Pandas Open runs today and tomorrow at the Butterdome. Coming up next at Tales of the North to get you set for Oilers and Avalanches, Hour 1 of the Nielson Show continues here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Edmonton Sports Talk's roaring to the top. Get ready to place your bets after listening to the lock shop. 6 hours and 8 and 12 after only 1 year. They're like a pit stop house machine shifting into top gear. Back to come, and YouTube Trev. In a short drive with wheels out to Southport Chev. Weekly afternoon just got a little bit more sweet. Hernan Salas brings the heat while Gager reads the jerky meat.
The bookbinder of the
Oilers, tune into the oil stream. And if that ain't enough, good with 2 guys and a walkie. If you're looking for insiders, tune in for Darren Dreger. If it's the NFL you're into, check out the coach, Herman Edwards. The Italian Center, that's good. I'd go to Pro Am Sports every day if I could. He's on location in your neighborhood. The morning show will give you your morning wood. There are too many shows to mention, like Riverhawks Weekly and Tommy and Beldy on Saturday Hello Hockey. And the VIP Golf Show with McCord and Curtis Stock. There's so much going on Edmonton Sports Talk. This song's a year 2 celebration on and off the court. Hashtag City Association, it's your #1 source.
Changing 100.
Standing on the shoulders of Holly and John Shore. EST's your place for all your Edmonton sports. They got it going on at Edmonton Sports Talk. There's so much going on at Edmonton Sports Talk. They got it going on at Edmonton Sports Talk.
Oh, Jaunty in Victoria, the year 2 banger. That's a nice way to get going on a dance party Friday, if I don't say so myself. My pen got caught in my hair. Oh, there it is.
I love how you keep the lodged in a jerry curl.
I thought it had fallen down.
Yeah.
But,
Hey, do you got a pencil in there for me?
actually, I do. I do
Pair
have
of
one.
scissors, maybe?
Megs is texting in at
Can I respond?
780-218. I don't know.
I'm
You
responding.
should.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if we think... So Meg says, where is this U-Haul parked exactly? I can go check it out and potentially deal with it. I work for the city. So it's not like I'd be a vigilante.
I love getting the city.
You know, you should
involved,
probably
eh?
reply, but like, what does Megs do for the city?
She'll drive one of those, and she can turn the light on.
And then roll up
Tap on the
in
window.
a vehicle smaller than that little U-Haul.
Yeah.
Miranda and YYC text in. The Paris Jewelers inbox today, taking a bit of a pounding. Of course, Valentine's Day just around the corner. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Pop by any of their local stores, West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, and the St. Albert Center, or of course online at parisjewelers.com. But lots of specials and treats for your loved one at Paris Jewelers. Miranda texts in this morning, says, morning, guys. I work at a university and have a colleague who's a middle-aged woman like myself, and her ringtone is Nelly's It's Getting Hot in Here, and it's hilarious when it goes off. Really lightens those life-sucking meetings. It really would. You're sitting in a meeting and it goes, can I get a little
That's
and
not
a little
bad.
bit of you know, I like it when and call my phone Is that the song?
That's the one.
That's the one. Anyway, I know my Nelly. Right? You're going down, baby. Your street in a Range Rover. Street sweeper, baby. Come on, let it go.
Isn't he coming to town? There
Shimmy, shimmy. Something what? Listen to me now. Light it up and take a puff. Pass it to me. I think he's talking about marijuana in that song.
No. It's a different. It was a different time, eh?
A spicy boy. Yeah, isn't he coming to town? I think he's coming to town.
Yeah, April 21. That's why they built the place. To get acts like Nelly.
To get acts like Nelly's 25th anniversary tour.
Yeah.
All right, Tales of the North. Are you ready, good sir? Roll call. Lieutenant Eric, are you ready? Are you ready? Into these. Oh, jeez.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
All right, here we go. Let's do it. Tales of the North for the Oilers and the Avs tonight.
Who owns the North? Who owns the North? Show me!
A two-game romp through the Central Division, with the Orange and Blue home to advance their playoff position. Skinner out of the doghouse, and by that I mean Jeff. Or do I mean Stewart? That's on you to bequeath.
Tonight in the North, a clash of the mightiest of men in all the land. Makar the Majestic, the Bandit of Brooks, the most deadly defender on the frozen tundra. He's good, but there's better. The Great Nate, a cold-blooded killer from Cold Harbor. Sydney's sidekick, the Tim Hortons pimp. He's great, but there's better. Connor the Incredible, a Tasmanian-type terror from trapezoid to trapezoid. The dynamic dangler, the likes of which we've never seen. He's brilliant, but there's better. Leon be thy name. Drycytle the Destroyer, Wide Blade, the Victimizer, seeking a second heart because the one he has is dedicated to you, oil country. These are the tales of the North, and may they be heard far and wide across this great land.
Bookbinder, we summon thee.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
Woo! Game day. Let's go. 6:41. Avs, Oilers.
Get you going, hey? Get you Randy.
The Tim Hortons pimp.
That was the line.
You know what? I wrote the entire thing last night, then I was reading back over it, and I was like, well, you know, Sydney's sidekick, they're Tim Hortons boys.
Yeah.
So I think the Tim Hortons pimp is a great name for Nathan MacKinnon. The troll is in it and says, yeah, that Tim Hortons line was
they do pimp it out.
Was great. Some people are suggesting that the U-Haul is a mobile meth lab.
Oh, the suggestions are pouring in. So I think
could you make meth in a small U-Haul?
Strummy said they're housing all the Montreal Canadiens. You've yet to put on your greatest hockey players of all time. He had that in the nasty chat. But
Strum, you got to text that.
Yeah.
What's in the U-Haul across the street? That's a great text.
You open
bit.
the back and it's all these habs pouring out. We're waiting for Dusty to speak us into existence.
Larry Robinson is like, it's about bloody time. This is ridiculous. Way in the back, Stefan Richet's just waiting for the somewhere between 150 and 300.
Sure.
300 and 500, somewhere in there. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. KDK is in, says, Tales of the North is easily the best thing on the internet. It never disappoints. Great work. Thank you very much. We do appreciate that. If you liked Tales of the North this morning, why not hammer the thumbs up for your boys? Eh? Maybe we'll change 200 here before 7 o'clock this morning. I think Natchez has 7 points in 7 games for the Colorado Avalanche. I think Rantanen only has 2 and 6 for Carolina. Uh-oh.
What does it all mean? Yeah.
I have no idea.
Natchez 2 goals last night, too.
Does he? Okay, so that will put him at 7 and 7,
Yeah.
I think. Not goals, but
yeah. It's for the purpose of...
Marty Natchez can play, man. I love that pickup for Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Been a big Natchez guy for quite some time.
They're buying up.
And he's going to get to roll around there with McKinnon and McCarr. That dude's going to put up points. It'll be very interesting to see what ended up happening with Rantanen. I saw, you know what was funny? It was a damn Strickland podcast again yesterday. I saw like an interesting headline, so I clicked on it. I was like, damn it, they got me again. Because they were the ones who linked Rantanen to Edmonton in the offseason, right? And then yesterday it was like, could Carolina trade Rantanen before the deadline? I was like, you got me again, you bastards.
Like, how much swearing was in this one?
I didn't go. I didn't click on it. I just looked at the words. I couldn't risk those swear boys again. It was like yesterday with the Sandman on 2 guys and a goalie. Terrence Samwith was in yesterday. Played with Gager.
Dirty. Who's in his Reed Wilkins?
The NHL. Yeah, he was. Well, people were actually comparing him to Reed Wilkins.
Get out of here.
Or like bizarro Reed Wilkins with like the gray beard and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Sandman said the F word a couple of times, but I didn't have the heart to say anything because he owns GS Construction, and GS Construction is the presenting sponsor of 2 guys.
Yeah.
And it was just a natural conversation. It's not like he was like, "Look at this, I'm going to say this."
Yeah.
But I was like, "Well, he's the main sponsor of the show. What am I supposed to say?"
That's construction talk.
Yeah.
That's how they talk. You know?
I'd like somebody else from GS Construction to complain about him swearing on 2 guys and
That'd be
goalie.
something.
And in the ultimate twist, anyway,
Inter-office politics.
he had this story about Jeannie Buss, the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. She owned you have to go back to 2 guys and check this out. It was one of the funniest stories I've ever heard. But she used to own this roller hockey league. And she wanted him to come play for the team in Los Angeles or something in the summer. And he's like, I don't know if I'm going to go play roller hockey. And she sent him her, she was in Playboy back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
She mailed him a copy of her in Playboy with a note that said, flip to this page. And it was her spread. And she was like, here's your new owner. And Sandwich said, I signed immediately. I was just like, what? Jeannie Buss? I had no idea. I didn't know any of this stuff. And then the inbox is getting filled up with pictures and stuff. I was like, oh my goodness.
You saw the Los Angeles Blades card of her, hey, did you?
Well, anyway, I don't need to go down that road again, but let's just say 2 guys and a goalie got off the rails yesterday. Between 12 and 1, but you can go back and listen to the podcast. Amishman 19 is in it. Says that story was absolutely hilarious. Yeah, and it came out of nowhere. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 is where you can.
She's got the basketballs.
Huh? Yeah. Can you believe it?
Spare no expense.
Yeah, they're not messing around there. I had no idea. I blushed just a little bit. You know?
Then you said
just a little bit. What else do you think Colorado does? We're going to get a look at the Avs tonight. Like for Colorado right now, you trade away Rantanen. You can save some money here with Marty Natchez. If you're Colorado, are you trying to load up and take another run at it? I kind of sit there and not saying that they won't be able to at some point. McKinnon's not old. McCarr's not old. Like they've got these guys that they can continue to build around. But this year, if you're Colorado, now I want to say, no, they must realize that they're probably not going to make it through the West without 2 or 3 pieces being added somewhere along the way. But this is an organization that completely revamped their goaltending this season. I don't think you do that unless you still think you're an elite contender in the West. And then obviously this Rantanen trade, I like Natchez. If they weren't going to be able to keep him, I think it's a really good move for Colorado. But do you think Colorado comes in and steals the show before the deadline And all of a sudden, come playoff time, you're like, damn, they made 2 or 3 really good pickups at the deadline. You have to worry about the Colorado Avalanche again. Because right now, and I won't change my opinion of this with the result of tonight's game. Like, if the Oilers lose to the Avs tonight 4-1, I'm not coming on Monday and being like, I was way off. You should be very worried about Colorado. I don't think I don't think Edmonton has to necessarily be worried about the Colorado Avalanche in the playoffs this year. I think they win that series
sweep here tonight.
8 times out of 10.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 with the way these two teams are aligned right now. So what do you think Colorado's going to do? Do you think they're going to sit around and just sort of ride it out for now and then reset in the offseason? Or do you think they're like, no, screw it. We've got some cap space. Let's go get a few guys.
Yeah, I mean, both are intriguing options right now, and certainly where they sit perilously in that wild card 1 spot. Dealing always, it seems, with injuries as well. You forgot to mention Jack Drury and adding to that depth that, we
they needed depth.
Yeah, exactly. And so I kind of, say that tongue in cheek there. But yeah, 66 points. I mean, they're stapled in. 2 back of the Wild, 3 back of the Stars for second in the Central. Like, you're on a bit of a bubble there. You're competitive. You're obviously a playoff team. But you're right. How far can they go? And how far? As I mentioned, the Oilers are looking for the season sweep. And I know the discussion yesterday was, if the Oilers finish tops in the Pacific but not tops in the West, they'll have to play one of Colorado I don't know. I think a few people have texted in this morning earlier before this discussion saying they're not too scared. It might just be, you think of the name, you think of MacKinnon, and you may have thought of Rantanen, and he's no longer there. And nothing against Marty Netchus or anything, but yeah, I think I'd agree with you. The Oilers stack up pretty well against them. So from Colorado's point of view, what do you think you can accomplish this season sitting in that spot and drawing in Edmonton in the opening round or what have you? Certainly, probably if something comes up, they keep the phone on. But I mean, if the question is, what would I do if I was Colorado? I would be patient and wait, I think, and just see what happens this season. This season, I mean, let it ride and see how far you can go. But I wouldn't be going out there and rattling the earth and shaking cages.
You're not going and trading for 3 rentals to take a run at it this year.
I don't think so.
There's no way.
But I mean, again, depending on, it's tight there in the Central. So maybe if they do advance a few more positions and say to themselves, well, now we could maybe get out of the first round easier or what have you. But yeah, certainly I think they can be a little patient.
780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. We're going to crack some packs for Wayne's here coming up right away. We'll get into this whole Colorado thing with Chris Johnston from TSN and The Athletic when he pops by here just after 7 o'clock. There's that text from Strummy. Bumblebee Tuna Boys. The U-Haul outside contains all the Montreal Canadian players that Dusty's not yet revealed in his 100 greatest players of all time. Trev apologized so many times Dusty had to get a U-Haul to stuff them all in. There's another one too.
It's not a big U-Haul.
Yeah. What
needs
is
to be bigger?
What is hiding in the small U-Haul across the road from us right now? Good morning, guys. I think the people in the U-Haul are driving around collecting sports memorabilia for Bruce Boudreau's house. Guys, that's a van full of useless gentlemen's agreements and sanctions. Guys, it's the government on a stakeout of EST after you joked that you were selling drugs out of there the other day.
Well, that's how it would go down,
good.
hey?
Lingus is in and says, the U-Haul is from HR Daddy delivering YouTube Trev an alarm clock.
A real big one.
Bones is suggesting it's Filthy Bruce, the collector, waiting to kidnap Zach when he comes in today.
Just puts a big plastic bag over his head. So it gets wrestled out the door.
There he goes. Brendan, you're hired. Pub Sheeterson says, boys, I think that U-Haul may be a mobile meth lab. Call the fuzz.
Well, yeah. Who says
That's
no?
something.
Who says no, hey? That's where my brain will drift.
Do you think Breaking Bad led to an influx of meth dealers?
Did you see the Canadian Dexter version? Somebody said it's Canadian Dexter, but his name is Darren, and it doesn't need to be refrigerated because it's so cold out.
Really?
It makes sense.
That could be it.
Could be a meat locker in there.
Guys, it's Reed's Mobile Book Bindery.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
I like that.
That's pretty good, too. Nice work, Scott. Keep those coming in. What is in that small U-Haul that is running every morning we get here right across the street?
Colton Quinnell thinks there could be a jerky smoking shack on wheels. If there's any smoke piping out the top. I mean, that could be the meth too, but either or.
We're not going to say it's not that.
The jerky and meth wagon.
the jerky and meth wagon.
It's one-stop shop.
Yeah, it's the first of several that they're going to
Yes.
launch if it's successful.
If it trial run.
If the jerky meth wagon can work here, it can work anywhere.
You wait till summer hits.
That's good.
It's going to take off.
If you see a card store on the side of the road, you think, gotta tweet it to the
Crack pack, yeah. I'm tracking down all the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today.
I got me a card, it's a heck of a pull, and we're tweeting it out to the crack pack. I got me a canvas, it's worth about 20, so hurry up and sell it to get more money.
The crack pack is a little old gang where we can crack together. Crack pack, baby.
A crack pack, baby.
Crack pack, baby, crack pack. Crack pack, baby, crack pack. Crack pack, baby, crack pack. Crack pack.
All right, it's a crack pack, baby. It's Crack Pack for Wayne Sports Cards, just north of West Edmonton Mall. You made the visit in there yesterday, and you got sucked into Boston Pizza for a little bit as well.
That's what that strip mall area does to you, right? You enter in that parking lot and you don't go out for hours and hours. Yeah, it was quite the scene. Wayne's popped in for a bottle of beer at the Boston Pizza.
Bottle of beer at the what do they call it when you sit at the Wood?
At the Wood, yeah.
Have a bottle of beer at the Wood.
Turned into a couple with Tony.
Tony!
Yeah. He was getting off shift, so he sat and told me about Evan Bouchard trade proposals.
He really wants them to trade Bouchard.
He will sell high.
Sell high. Nobody's really pictured it to me that way, framed it to me that way.
Yeah.
Pictured it, framed
Now's the time, he said.
Yeah.
So I bent him an ear and gave him a listen. It was a rather entertaining talk.
So a couple of bottles of beer and a few packs to crack.
They've had a shot at Jameson's.
Did you have a shot at Jameson on the night? Well, you live right next to there, right?
At the bar, yeah.
Walk over, walk back. Yeah, calm down, everybody. The guy walked.
Come on.
All right, so what did you and Wayne end up brewing up here for us?
Well, I talked to Wayne and the gang in there, and everybody was happy. There was a few people sitting down cracking as well.
Right there in the store. I love the in-store crackers.
And everybody talks. Like, it's such a communal place where you go and you have a conversation, people jump in, and everybody's yapping
He should
and talking.
serve alcohol. Wayne should get a liquor license and serve alcohol.
He doesn't need to. with the way people are going in there, they're just zooming. So I picked up some other things. But yes, I said, correctly, it is Super Bowl weekend. He went to the football. He got a variety pick for us. So 3 packs, I do believe. One with the gum.
Super Bowl, okay, yeah.
One retro, the other 2 a little more non-retro. But,
okay. All right. Well,
so I don't know how you...
You know what? In the ultimate day of redemption, we'll let YouTube Trev pick first. Trev, which one do you want, buddy? We got 2 modern days, and then we got the 88 throwback.
I want the 88 throwback.
Oh, he's going for it. I don't think there's gum in here, though.
No gum?
I'm not feeling any gum.
Whenever I see that wax pack, I just assume there's
Remember,
gum.
these cards are almost 40 years old, so don't drop them. He dropped them right off his head.
Right in the
Unbelievable.
face.
That's the first one I've never caught, hey?
Yeah.
That's the first time.
What's going on here?
Ever happened.
This is like when Donnie didn't roll a strike and then had a heart attack later in the day.
Wait, did that?
Because of the nihilists.
That might have got on tape.
I think it probably went right off your melon. All right. And what do you want, buddy?
Whichever one. You pick. Give me that one.
Which one?
That one.
This one?
Sure.
Take that one. All right, boys, let's crack for the Super Bowl here.
Brock Purdy on here. That's got to be good. 2022, eh?
Yeah, 2022. Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy, an irrelevant pack.
I think I'm going to do a Super Bowl break on Saturday with the crack pack.
Baby, look at this
What'd
right
you
at the
get?
back. DK Metcalf. What is this? A see-through magnitude.
Ooh, nice.
These are nice cards. And another one too. Zamir White.
There
Rookie.
we go. That's a rookie.
Raider Jesse.
Cortland Sutton, Michael Carter, my man Matthew Stafford, Marshawn Lattimore, Aaron Rodgers, Heineke, Adam Thielen, Dawson Knox, TJ Hawkinson. Those are all base. These are
Giant Saquon Barkley.
Oh, that's fitting. Eh?
Christian Kirk.
All right. And then I've got Anthony Schwartz, Elijah Moore, Kenneth Gainwell,
I like how you get a good mix in these, eh?
Micah Parsons. Barry Sanders.
Oh, you got your boy.
Look at my boy.
Look at this.
Kidding me? A pinnacle Barry Sanders.
Red Rocket.
Andy Dalton. Who else?
Tom Brady. He'll be commentating Super Bowl 59.
Randy Moss. Side by side.
Sure.
And then how about this, actually? This is a score rookie, Jamar Chase.
That's nice.
Jamar Chase rookie. That's actually a nice little get from this pack. So that's a good news day right there. Barry Sanders and Jamar Chase.
Oh, I got a Patty Mahomes.
What? Saquon and
Great cards here.
Patrick Mahomes
Yeah.
in the same pack?
Christian Watson. I love these.
Is that a funny joke?
See-through. These are great packs. A lot of you get a good mix of subsets.
All right, Trev, what do you got over there, buddy? Anybody you know from the year 1988? A lot of these guys would probably be in Tecmo.
I don't know any of these guys.
Okay, give me the names.
Yeah, I'm curious. Mike Bell. He's got a mustache like me.
That's a nice looking stash,
Kind
actually.
of cool. Mark Haynes. Albert Bentley.
Keep going.
Ron Holmes. Eric Howard. Kevin Green. DJ Dozier.
Keep going.
Vincey Glenn. Mike Pitts. Pat Swilling.
Hey, Detroit Lion, Pat Swill. Send that my way. Send that my way.
Okay.
Swill is the best
Do that.
defender on the Lions.
Hold out,
in
demand a
Tecmo.
trade. Demand a trade.
No way.
We got Robert Awalt. Robert Awalt. Herschel Walker.
Or Herschel Walker.
That one looks like a fancy card. Greg Townsend. And Van McElroy.
All right. I can't believe you got a Swill. That's exciting for me.
Me either.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Wayne Sports Cars. They got a ton of hockey stuff in there.
Also
Yeah.
got some
And then they got
gum.
the Lego.
I
And they
bought
got
a
the Funkos. And they got the
blaster
comics.
box of soccer cards.
Did you?
And I got 2 of those small little pucks with the NHL team logos on them too. They're just neat.
Did you go into Wayne's before or after Boston Pizza?
Well, before.
Okay.
But I also had my own Boston pizza at home before I went to Wayne's. So
okay,
it was
yeah.
quite the day. So it was
What a
fun.
nice little
Yeah,
afternoon.
yeah. But they have so much stuff that you don't need, but you don't know you need it until you go in there. Then you're like, I
know.
need this, and that's kind of the
I think they're out of F1 cards. Oh, there was gum. Don't eat that, Trev.
No?
eat
no,
it.
no, buddy, don't eat that gum.
Oh, okay.
That gum has been inside that pack for
Give it a lick.
36
Give it a lick.
years.
The
buddy.
preservatives are fine.
37 years. Don't
it's
do
the
it.
preservative.
Oh.
It's the preservative.
Hey, for 1,000 likes or 500 likes, Trev will eat the gum.
I will.
I don't know. I don't think I'd let you. I don't think that's good stuff.
I will.
Did you have anything in your soccer blaster?
Haven't opened it yet.
How do you do that?
I keep them.
I don't know how you do that.
I keep them, and then I sometimes when I'm feeling frisky, I go look at them,
But you still won't open.
and then I don't open.
I don't know how you do that.
I still have a case of Series 1, the McDavid, whatever the year
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he's on there. Yeah, and I keep them in the plastic. I'm sick.
I'm not as bad as the guys who open in store, but if I'm buying like packs for myself and not just crack pack boxes and stuff, as soon as I get out to my truck, I open them. I can't believe you just have it sitting at home right now.
I wait till I really need it.
That's insane.
Till I'm really desperate.
All right, Chris Johnston's on the way. Let's get to Chris Johnston's going to be coming up. We got a sports update here for Nisku Glass. Chris Johnston on the other side. Second hour, pretty jam-packed. We got the fan zone. We got That Hurts. We got our Super Bowl play of the day. And, of course, the coach, Herm Edwards, is going to join us around 7:45 as well. This is a good text on that small U-Haul across the road that's creeping us out every morning. David the Essential says, open the back. The Polka King of the Midwest could be in there.
Jordan Roddy?
The Polka King of the Midwest. That's a good drop. That's a good
very
Home Alone
good,
play right there. All right. Let's get to a sports update. Chris Johnston for Pro Am Sports coming up in less than 3 minutes. What was that?
Was that the bookbinder? Lots of action around the NHL last night. The Vegas Golden Knights snapped a 4-game slide with a 3-1 victory over the Devils. The Wild edging the Hurricanes 2-1. Carolina had now dropped 3 straight. Canucks over the Sharks 2-1 in overtime. The Leafs, they continue their Western trip with success. 3rd straight win out west, 3-1 over the Kraken. Matt Tkachuk, he scored with 12 seconds left in regulation. Panthers over the Blues 3-2. Dylan Guenther, the former Oil King, he scored an OT for the 2nd straight game, leading Utah over Columbus 3-2. Braden Point with 3 points. Lightning topped the Senators 5-1. Alex Ovechkin goal 879. Capitals topping the Flyers 4-3, and it was Colorado doubling up the Flames 4-2. The Oilers are back home to host the Avalanche tonight, their final game prior to the Four Nations face-off. Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas will get you set with the GCL Diesel Pre and post-game shows later tonight. Coverage starting at 6 here on EST. It's one of 5 games around the NHL this evening. The Edmonton Oil Kings hit the ice tonight. They're in Calgary to battle the Hitmen at 7. They'll be back home to host the Moose Jaw Warriors tomorrow night at 7. The Oil Kings enter place 7th in the East, a point back of both Brandon and Saskatoon. Josh Allen edging out 2-time winner Lamar Jackson for the NFL's MVP award last night, the closest race since Matt Ryan defeated Tom Brady in 2016. Allen getting 27 first-place votes to Jackson's 23. LeBron James had 42 points and 17 rebounds. Lakers defeating the Warriors 120-112. The Raptors are back on the court. They'll visit OKC tonight in one of 7 games. Over to golf, the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Corey Connors, the low Canadian, yesterday he shot an opening round 4 under with Adam Hadwin at 3 under. Play was suspended due to darkness last night. Round 1 will resume at 8:15 this morning. And over to the U of A hockey. Golden Bears are in Manitoba tonight and tomorrow afternoon, while the Pandas host the Bisons tonight and tomorrow afternoon. From the Drake, Golden Bears and Pandas volleyball welcoming UBC from the Saville Center tonight at 6 and tomorrow at 5. And on the track, it's the 9th annual Pandas Open that runs today and tomorrow at the Butterdome. Sports Update brought to you by Nisku Glass. We want to thank EST and all the listeners and viewers, and what better way than to give them a deal. Mention Edmonton Sports Talk or present your Nasty Club membership for a 10% discount on windshields, glass, or any of your window and door orders. Call us today to get that ugly broken windshield replaced or to start planning your winter and spring renovation projects now.
The bookbinder of a good.
7:03 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here today. Minus 19 in the Edmonton area right now. Not as cold as it has been, but you'd probably still be smart to bundle up a little bit. Herm Edwards coming up. He'll join us around 7:45 today. We'll get into the fan zone at 7:30 this morning, and we will also dive into That Hurts coming up for James H. Brown in about 15 minutes time. You can text us anytime at 780-218-9999. That'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox this morning, and one of your text messages. Pretty sneaky Friday text day. Lots of good text messages flying in. One of them will end up winning text of the day for A&W. And, of course, the Nielsen Show today and every day presented to you by South Ford Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at South Ford Chev. They've got those 2025 tracks on right now for $148 bi-weekly. That's a brand new ride for less than $150 every 2 weeks. Oilers and Avs coming up. This is going to be a good one tonight. Let's get into it. Chris Johnston joins us. He's our hockey insider. Brought to you by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialists. Have Pro-Am custom frame that jersey you have in the closet or the photo you still got in the box. Visit them in store to get started on your project. Located in Edmonton at the corner of St. Albert Trail, 128th Ave, or online at proamsports.ca. All right, first let's start here. Chris Johnston, tell us plans for the Super Bowl. Watching it at home, quietly by yourself, going out somewhere. What are you doing for the big game?
I will be with a big group of hockey journalists that have gathered in Montreal for the Four Nations face. So we've already...
tough day. Tough day.
Pierre LeBrun has already secured a reservation somewhere. I'm just showing up, but it's going to be fun. I think there'll be 10 or 15 of us there, and we'll see if the Chiefs can get it done again.
No fun can be had in Montreal, so I'm sure you guys have a pretty quiet evening and in bed by 9:30 with a big tournament looming. So
I know nothing like starting like 14 straight days of work with a hangover, but odds are pretty high on that one.
Chris Johnston with us on the show right now, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us. The Oilers and the Avs tonight. Obviously, anytime these guys meet, Makar and MacKinnon in the spotlight, McDavid and Draisaitl in the spotlight. The spotlight probably shining brightest right now for Leon Draisaitl, who leads the NHL in pretty much everything. And we've seen Leon play great before. Unbelievable. But I still think like we're seeing peak Leon Draisaitl this season. It's remarkable the year that this guy's putting together. Would you say he's exceeding ridiculously high expectations even right now?
I think that's fair. And especially coming off, obviously the long year last year, playing right basically to the end of June. He signs his big contract in September. Not that, he's the sort of player I had any concern about that he would start mailing it in or not be quite as motivated. But, I think it's, in the context of what, preceded this year for Leon Draisaitl, I think it's really quite a statement from him to find maybe even another gear from where he's been. And he's been right at the top of the league, let's face it, for a number of seasons now in terms of his productivity, goal scoring, things like that. And he's certainly featured prominently in, I don't know if it's too soon to start projecting Hart Trophy conversation, still a bit of runway on this season left, but he's going to be right up there if he continues this. And, it's another reason to feel great about the Oilers' chances of another long playoff run, which is what, of course, this season's all about.
Yeah, that's the one thing that kind of blows me away most with this. Like McDavid, obviously the suspension, he's been banged up a little bit. But when you look at the Hart Trophy right now, Connor Hellebuck's certainly in the mix, McKinnon in the mix. I think Quinn Hughes, if Vancouver makes the playoffs, should be heavily involved in that conversation. And then you've got Leon Draisaitl. But anytime you can be maybe the front runner for the Hart Trophy and you're on a team with Connor McDavid, like that just doesn't seem real life. You know what I mean? Like, it's just to outshine a guy like Connor McDavid. And McDavid's not having a bad season. He's not having a crazy 150-point season. But to steal that spotlight away a bit seems just a monumental task. And, you make a good point. I mean, they're going to win a bunch of awards probably this season, but the one that they really want is the Stanley Cup. And we were asked this question yesterday, so throw it your way, and then maybe we get into Colorado a bit. Do you think the Oilers, as of right now, are a better team than they were last year?
Ooh. That's a tough one for me. I mean,
yeah.
They were so good in the second half of last season, or even like the second 2/3 of last season and then into the playoffs. There's no worse for me. Like there's not an obvious, I mean, we can maybe point to a player. Yeah, you'd like to have this guy or whatever, but as a team, I don't think that I would call them worse, but I want to see what they do at the deadline still. I mean, that's the measure. I mean, I still think this team is probably going to get at least two players brought in. And look, they might be depth players. I'm not saying headline grabber, kind of trades between now and March 7th, but I want to see where they're at in March before I'm saying they're better, but I'm not looking at them like, oh, their chances of winning are diminished. If anything, you look at the league and I think it's more wide open. There's fewer, sort of obvious powerhouse teams. And just with Edmonton's experience with the top level talent, I mean, I'd still have Edmonton. I don't know what the books say on this. I'd still have Edmonton probably as the favorite to win the Cup right now. Given everything going on league wide and then what they are as a team and what they've done in the past.
Chris, looking at the Avalanche now and the dust is settled from the Rantanen deal. Netchus is looking not too shabby, 2 goals last night as well. But has your thought on them changed or opinion moved to what they may be doing prior to or at the deadline and how far they want to fly this season? I mean, Oilers tonight looking for that season sweep against them. If playoffs started today, they'd be the opponent. Where do you come out on where the Avalanche might find themselves, and has your opinion changed since that deal?
Well, it's changed in the sense that, and look, we can look at 6-7 game samples since the deal and say, oh, well, Natchez is outperforming Rantanen in terms of points in their new homes. But I mean, let's face it, Rantanen has been a lot of what Draisaitl is in Edmonton for years there. I mean, not always the biggest name of the big names, but, every playoffs, the guy's getting, 1.2, 1.3 points per game, which is tough to do. Big horse, big man, difficult to contain, a powerful skater. Like I just think that there's no way they're better today than they were before they made that deal. But, they're a team that I do expect to, have probably another decent sized deal in them by the deadline time. And look, anytime you have a team built around MacKinnon and Makar, you should be in the mix as long as those players are healthy. Most teams can't match up on the top end with those type of guys. Now it just so happens the Oilers are one of them that I think can. The Avalanche, as long as they have those players in their primes and performing well, should always be considered at least a sneaky contender. I think management still has some work to do, and they gained more cap space in that series of moves they made there 2 weeks ago. And so I want to see where they end up yet still, because I think that they're looking to improve their top 6, maybe try to get semi-impactful center into that group. And so, I would expect they're going to load up here before the deadline.
Another goal last night for Alexander Ovechkin. He scored in 4 straight games. There's no way he doesn't track this thing down this season, right?
I think he's going to do it. I mean, he's still got to score at a pretty good clip, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's over, I think, half a goal per game. But it just so happens, if you look at his career average, he's 0.6 goals per game.
Yeah.
This season, his career average is something like this season's average is like 0.67 or 0.7 goals per game. So it just feels like when he has the finish line in sight, that he's going to put the pedal down. And I've been around the Caps a fair bit. One thing I've noticed this year, even compared to past years, is his teammates are really all in on this. Like, I think this is such a massive potential achievement that he's kind of on the doorstep of now, just 16 goals back of breaking Gretzky's record, that I think everyone in their organization is galvanized by trying to get him there. And so you combine those factors, the fact that he still just gets a ton of shots, seemingly just not having the age-related decline that we've seen other players go through. I would not bet against him finding a way to get there. Now, it might go right down to the last days of the season, which would probably be pretty dramatic if that's what shakes out. But I can't imagine he wants to do it in Game 3 of next season. I just think there's enough run. It would be. I mean, it's still cool, but it's a whole summer of like talking about it, a whole preseason where there'll be stories about it. I think the momentum is going to really pick up, on the other side of the trade deadline. And when he gets down to, inside the top 10, I mean, the great one's going to travel when they're within 5 of the record. So, that's when it'll be crazy, when Bettman and Gretzky are going to every game and there's only that small window left. But I think he's going to do it.
Chris Johnston with us. Chris, before we let you go, you did mention Four Nations. It's just around the corner. Somebody's texting us like, I wonder if McDavid and MacKinnon will just take a flight together after the game tonight out to Montreal. I was like, we might save a little bit of money for those guys, I guess. But what's the buzz around the league about this event at this time, right before it begins?
Well, this is a weird one to me. The players I've spoken to that are involved are just jacked about this. Like, I think the players might be more into this at this point than the fans, weirdly. I think a lot of fans aren't sure what to make of it. Obviously, it's a new tournament, hasn't happened before. It's not a full, true best on best because there's a limited field of teams. And so I don't know that everyone is pumped up outside of the event, but inside of this, I think just these guys have waited so long. I mean, you guys see Connor McDavid every day in your market. He's not known as an outspoken guy. What is one thing he's consistently been outspoken about? Whenever they cancel a planned World Cup or they're not going to the Olympics, I mean, he has been openly lobbying for this for years. Matthew Tkachuk in the same boat. I mean, all the players that have been around as long as McDavid that have missed out on this, I think are super pumped up. And so, first of all, I hope that leads to compelling hockey. I think that will draw fans in if you see the first couple games, and if Tkachuk is going out there and hitting Sam Bennett, his teammate in Florida, if there's an evidence that the players are invested in this in a real way, I think it will draw people in. There's nothing else going on for those 10 days in February either in terms of hockey at the top pro level. So at this point, I would say my sense of it is fans and media maybe are not totally sure, but the guys that are actually going to play the games on the ice are pretty excited about it. And I'm hoping that maybe creates an event we'll remember, as opposed to something we're like, that was kind of weird, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think if the fans, I think it's almost cool right now for people to just be like, I don't really care about too much. Like, I think once
it's cool not to care.
I kind of said yesterday on one of the shows, one of the shows yesterday, I said, listen, do you want Connor McDavid to lose to the Tkachuk brothers while he's wearing a Team Canada jersey? And people, I think all of a sudden people are gonna be like, yeah, no, I don't want that to happen. Like, we have to beat the Americans. Like, it's as simple as that. So I think by the time we get to the final, there's gonna be a pretty good buzz.
Well, I think too, Chris, like we in this market, and when any market people cover, I mean, you kind of live in a bit of a bubble. People here cheer for McDavid every single night, but this gives a chance for, fans that maybe don other colors or stripes during the regular season to now cheer for McDavid as well, which I think maybe people here not necessarily take for granted, but don't know what it's like when you're cheering against the guy, team-wise, and now you get to cheer for him on a national scale.
For sure. It's Canada-US. Are you not going to want to watch that game?
Yeah.
I mean, Like, what else are you doing next Saturday? You're probably watching that game, and hopefully it delivers. Hopefully it's a compelling game and gets people involved in the tournament. I still think, look, this is all a big appetizer. This time next year, we'll be talking about the Olympics, and it'll be right on the doorstep of that happening again. This is just going to get people's, whet their appetite a little bit.
Should be a good time, man. Very much looking forward to it. It's funny. Like, what else are you doing that day? We're actually having a bond spiel that day.
Yeah.
And we're setting up TVs to watch the game while everybody's curling. So we'll have a lot of eyes on it. It should be a lot of fun. Chris, enjoy that tournament, man. We'll obviously be discussing it next week.
Sounds good. Yeah. Beer garden, some curling, some international hockey. I mean, that's a pretty good Saturday, right?
Go around. That's very Canadian of us. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a good time. We'll see you later, man. There you go. That's Chris Johnston for
See you guys.
Pro-Am Sports. He's been a great addition to the show this hockey season. And we'll see. I like if Canada doesn't do well in this 4-team tournament, I could see people going, it doesn't matter. But if Canada is playing the United States for whatever it is when you win this thing, people are going to want to watch it. People are going to care about it.
Especially now with the political, shall we say, and I don't want to dive too much into those waters.
Are we looking back at this 25 years from now and it's the Cold War all over again, Canada and the United States?
Yeah, that's the nickname of the event. Look, we still got Sweden as well. I think in this market too, you've got a couple of Oilers representatives donning the blue and gold or whatever.
Yeah.
I know it goes against your Scandinavian.
I'm
you're Finnish
obviously cheering for Finland no matter what anyway, yeah.
But I mean, there's a couple other Oilers to watch that we quick forget. Somebody in the S chat pointed out too that the leading scorer in the league won't be taking part in this best on best tournament, which is kind of funny too.
We got to stop calling it a best on best because a lot of the best players in the world just aren't there.
Fair enough.
It's a NHL pushed international flavored event.
But even if you have all the countries participating in international hockey, it is still pretty top heavy. I mean, you add in a few more countries. I don't think Leon Draisaitl.
But Czechia, and if we ever get Russia back in this thing,
there's JJ Peterka. I get it, but
Germany's not going to go on and win the thing. But it would have been nice.
Yeah,
it's more important for Leon to chill for a couple weeks, I think, and have that juice down the stretch into the playoffs. All right, let's get into that hurts right now for the heavy hitters of injury law. www.jameshbrown.com. Over 200 years of experience with Trent and his crew. They will get you the settlement that you deserve. Book your private consultation today at jameshbrown.com. I was going to go with Sidney Crosby being a bit banged up yet. We don't know either way what's going to happen there. But I think we have to go to this. It was brought to our attention this morning before. You know what hurts is people looking at Trev's water bill, claiming that he's probably bathing too much. And the water, Trev, you got to bring us in the loop on this.
Who would have thought? Hey,
this is an unbelievable Trevor story. This is a classic YouTube Trev special. What's going on right now in your new place?
Oh, I don't know. Apparently, I bathe too much. I don't know. My water bill is up.
Your landlord's complaining about this?
Well, I had to schedule an appointment. So my landlord had to come by, and he had to check my water meter, my water meter. And I was like, yeah, how's it going? I'm like, I don't really know where it is. He's like, I thought it was on the outside. He's like, no, it's actually downstairs in your basement. I'm like, oh gosh. I'm like, okay. Because I saw a text. He's like, make sure everything's all clean and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sounds good. So luckily, nothing was where it was. I've never been there. I had no idea it was downstairs. But I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, I just gotta do a few things here. It'll be no more than 10 minutes. After I waited 3 hours, as soon as I got home yesterday, all I wanted to do was sleep. It was a very stressful day, and so I just wanted to.
But you got enough.
Shut off the lights, and
in an ironic twist, you wanted to go back to bed.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to just forget about yesterday. So I'm waiting, and I kid you not, I'm having a bath. When
shut up.
Yeah, no, seriously. I was FaceTiming my
You didn't tell us this earlier.
Yeah. I was FaceTiming my brother.
In the bath?
Yes. It's actually a weird thing. We always just happen to FaceTime. It's not a weird thing, it's just a coincidence.
Oh, okay.
It's not that weird.
Yeah. No, of course.
I've done it my whole life.
I always FaceTime my sisters when I'm in the bath.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, I guess.
That's different. That's my brother.
Yeah.
And so I'm having a bath, and then all of a sudden I hear the dogs barking upstairs, And I'm like, oh gosh. And then all of a sudden, like I hear I get a phone call. I'm like, oh crap, Tristan, I'll have to hang up on you 1 sec. So I have to get out of the tub. And I was so annoyed because I could have had it way earlier, right? But it was 3 hours.
Your bathtub, you could have had it earlier.
Yeah. And so finally I'm like, sorry about that, man. Sorry about the wait. He was waiting outside for like 5 minutes. I had to dry up. I show him the thing. He's like, I'll be 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So I'm just chilling on the bed. I'm like, yeah, so was everything fine? Was it broken? He's like, oh no, like I just had to update the sensor. I've noticed compared to the last guy, you're using way more water than him. And I'm like, oh, that's strange. I have no idea. Like I have a shower maybe every now and then. I don't know. He's like, okay, well, yeah, no, so I'm just keeping on tabs. This is just it's a better sensor, so it'll let me know how much water you're actually using. I'm like, huh. Okay, well, yeah, have a good one there, sir, and be gone now. Let me enjoy my bubble bath. And then he left, and I jumped right back in the tub.
Oh, man. This is a great story. I love the fact, because what have you been there now, for 2.5 months?
Since November 2nd.
And you have so many baths that there are, over 3 months. You have so many baths that they're noticing that the water is going up, and now they're concerned they're putting in new sensors for you.
Yeah, so that's not...
This hurts, buddy.
Yeah, it does.
This hurts.
Yeah. But I don't know, like, what's a bath cost you on the water bill?
I mean, that's a great question. I have no idea. Do you know what an average bath would cost you on a water bill?
Don't take them, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, how much are you paying for a bath?
I remember I asked
just
my
a quick
grandma,
shower.
like when I was living with grandma, I'm like, how much do you think this costs, like on your water bill, grandma? And she said, maybe $3.
$3?
Is that a lot?
Man,
but I don't know. Grandma might be out to lunch.
I don't know. I mean, I've never broken down my water bill per, gallon of water.
I've spent at least like $40 or $50 on baths. Then, if it's $3 in the last like month, maybe.
But you don't pay water, right?
That's all included.
It's all included, yeah. So that's why this guy's now taking a hit. He's losing money off your rental because of your water usage.
Yeah, this can't be right. So
Strummy's in and says, guys, the average bath will cost you your man card.
And the stigma, Strummy. You have baths. You don't admit it. It's embarrassing.
Dex is in and says, God, I love Trev, but FaceTiming your brother from the bath is a little weird, buddy.
It's not weird. It's only weird if you make it weird.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not like...
Yeah.
It's like strictly professional, and it's only my face.
Waist up.
Yeah.
CB Radio guy says, guys, your water bill shows the price per gallon. Oh, I guess I should look into that more.
Yeah.
Brock Lee texts in and says, please tell me YouTube Trev answered the door with a bubble beard.
The urine beard.
Sorry.
I would like if you had a bubble beard, didn't know it, and he's like, are you bathing a lot? You're like, no, sir. It's not me. I don't think it's me. Do you have bubbles from a bubble bath on your face right now? Oh, do I? Sorry, those aren't mine. Those aren't my bubbles.
You weren't supposed to see that.
They're from upstairs.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That made me chuckle right there.
All right. Well, the journeys of YouTube Trev continue.
No, but it's totally okay. If you have baths, just know that it's okay.
And the stigma. The stigma around the bath.
Yeah.
Nature Boy is wondering, is your brother in the bath too when you're FaceTiming?
What a twist.
No.
Hey, do you want to have baths and FaceTime each other? I'm in.
No. But
Next time I have a bath, I'm 100% FaceTiming you.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Trev, what's up, man?
Yeah.
You having a bath right now too? No, I'm not. Well, could you?
Yeah.
Andrew the accountant says Trev's rent is about to go up $200 a month on the next lease. There'll be a line that says excessive water use.
Oh crap.
Next play, they ask, "Are you a bather?" You know that's one of the rental questions.
Remember that other landlord was like, "You can't have people over."
Interesting.
This landlord's gonna be like, "Trev, you can't have baths anymore." We're 5 years away.
Lie. Don't tell them.
Yeah.
Keep it under the.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell them.
No.
We're 5 years away from looking at the the classifieds, and it's now going to be listed. You can or can't bath.
Yeah.
At
bathers
at these
need
places.
not apply.
Yeah, bathers need not apply.
It's like I'll just shower way more then if I can't. I
remember having my mind, and I found this out a long time ago, but I remember having my mind blown by somebody being like, you use so much more water in a bath. And I was like, yeah, but the water's running the whole time in a shower. But
how long are you showering, though?
That's the thing. How long a shower do you have to go to equal the amount of water that goes into a bath? That's a great question.
Well, like 15, 20 minutes, I think.
If only there was all-knowing, wise person that we could rely upon in these situations.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
Reed Wilkins Show every day from 3 to 6. Well, Trev, I hope it gets sorted out, but I know it hurts you a little bit right now.
It does hurt. It hurt that I had to get out of the bath and then go talk to
Did you
him.
have to warm it back
And that
up?
was the annoying thing. Like when I went back in the tub, the water was cold.
So did he
filled it back up?
So I put a little more in.
All right, let's get to our Super Bowl play of the day. Up to 698 markets right now over for the big game at CoolBets. CoolBet.com. If you've not yet signed up for an account, please do so. Use the code LOCKSHOP when you do, and you'll get a 100% deposit bonus on your initial deposit up to $200. So far this week, we've done what? We've done Kareem Hunt touchdown.
Yes.
We've done Travis Kelce over 6.5 catches.
Yes.
Devonta Smith over 61.5 yards.
Yes.
And yesterday we did the halftime. The last song is the beef song.
They got the main color of Tom Brady's tie up right now.
Do they?
At CoolBet. Blue plus 175. You got gray silver at plus 300. No tie at plus 350.
Oh, he's definitely going tie.
You'd think. But then red at plus 500. You think
No way.
You,
No
you
chance.
You can't go team.
No, that's a waste of a bet. He's got to go. Like when I call the Labor Day game, there's no green and there's no blue anywhere. And the Banjo Bowl and stuff.
Right.
There's
You got to be neutral.
There's no way. You have to be neutral.
But so blues plus 175, gray silver 300, no tie. You say he's not going there. Reds plus 500, black. You're going to black
No,
tie.
I think what I would do is I would
plus 1200.
You know what I would do? I would bet both.
Yellow is plus 1200.
I would bet blue and then the gray and silver one or whatever.
Yeah.
What's yellow? Plus 1200? He's not
Plus
wearing a yellow
1200.
tie. There's no way he's doing a yellow tie. Yesterday we bet the last song that Kendrick Lamar was going to play was the one that he hates Drake in or whatever. It's not up right now. It's been taken down.
There is team apparel Drake will be wearing on Super Bowl Sunday. You got the Chiefs at minus
we don't
200,
need that.
Eagles at plus 150.
Taylor Swift specials in the mix here as well. How about this? The MVP to mention Taylor Swift in speech plus 550. No. Here's the one we're going to go with today. I was talking about this in Lock Shop yesterday. First to happen. Okay? If this is first to happen. What happens first? Any team scores a touchdown, minus 152. Taylor Swift shown live on broadcast, plus 110. If Travis Kelce catches a pass before either team scores a touchdown, they're going to show Taylor Swift. As Huss pointed out yesterday on Lock Shop, they might do the old classic early in the game. Hey, look at some of the different celebrities here at the game today. Here's Taylor Swift and here's Drake and like all this stuff. So I really like the value on Taylor Swift shown live on the broadcast before a team scores a touchdown at plus 110. So let's lock that in there today. Plus 110, Taylor Swift shown live on a broadcast before a team scores a touchdown. Like if the Chiefs get the ball first, and even if I would think they probably cut to her after Travis Kelce's first catch. So this is just a bet on, does Travis Kelce make a catch before either team scores a touchdown? And I'm going to say yes. So let's go Taylor Swift plus 110.
Lock it up.
There we go.
Lock of the week.
That way,
Shoe
at
in.
Century Casino, when she pops up on the first drive,
You cheer.
we can cheer and be like, plus 110, let's go. I plan on printing off all of my bets so I can keep track of them throughout the game with
Write
a
him on
pen
the
or a
napkin.
pencil.
Write him on the napkin. That's always
Napkin bets.
The
Oh,
Trevor
boy.
Savage play.
All right, we got the fan zone coming up. Plus, Herm Edwards is going to join us. And that question that we asked Chris Johnston today that he had a hard time answering, we're asking it to you in the fan zone. Are the Edmonton Oilers a better team this year than the one that went to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final last year? From the random date of November 7th, they have been the best team in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've been the best team in the league since December 1st, but Stoff likes to point out that since November 7th, they've been the best team in the league.
Anything that happened before then is inconsequential.
So
It's
are they
just-
better than they were last year? What say you? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or hit us up over in the nasty chat. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube today, we're 14 away from changing 200 at the midway point of the show. So we know you're sitting out there right now with those thumbs up. Don't be shy. It's a Friday.
They're waiting for a random exotic food to pop up into the show here.
No, that's not happening today.
Sitting on those
The only
thumbs.
thing that might pop up is that leftover mac and cheese at some point. With that chorizo.
Boys didn't take advantage yesterday.
I'm going to heat some of that up because we're going to do that's good around 8:20 today.
Might as well.
Might as well have another bowl.
I didn't bring in a meat and cheese tray today. Did you?
No, I didn't.
No.
No,
So
looks like
we're going to have something.
Mac and Cheese Fridays coming up. Are the Oilers better than they were last year? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Hit us up in the Nasty Chat over on YouTube as well. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, please just tell your friends how easy it is to get our highly entertaining content every single day from 6 until 6, and obviously bonus content with pre- and post-game, which we have tonight as the Oilers take on the Colorado Avalanche. Herm Edwards on the way in about 15 minutes. Let's get to the sports update right now for Park Mazda.
Oilers hosting the Avalanche tonight. It's their final game prior to the Four Nations face-off. You can join Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows tonight. Coverage beginning at 6 here on EST. It's one of 5 games around the NHL. Last night, Colorado doubling up the Flames 4-2. Alex Ovechkin goal 879. Washington defeat Philly 4-3. Braden Point had 3 points as Tampa topped the Sens 5-1. Utah 3-2 in overtime over Columbus. Panthers defeat the Blues 3-2. Leafs win their 3rd straight out west, 3-1 over the Kraken. Canucks dropping the Sharks 2-1 in overtime. Carolina have now dropped 3 straight. They fall to the Wild 2-1, and the Vegas Golden Knights snapping a 4-game skid with a 3-1 victory over the Devils. Oil Kings on the ice tonight. They're in Calgary to visit the Hitmen at 7. They'll be back home to host the Moose Jaw Warriors tomorrow at 7. The Oil Kings 7th in the Eastern Conference, a point back of both the Wheat Kings and Blades. Josh Allen, your NFL MVP. He won the award last night in the closest race since Matt Ryan beat Tom Brady in 2016. Allen got 27 first-place votes to Lamar Jackson's 23. Raptors hit the court tonight. They're in OKC to take on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder in one of 7 games. LeBron James last night, 42 points, leading the Lakers over the Warriors 120-112. Waste Management Phoenix Open yesterday. Corey Connors, the low Canadian, he shot an opening round 4 under. Adam Hadwin at 3 under. Play suspended due to darkness last night. Round 1 will resume at 8:15 this morning. And over to the University of Alberta hockey. Golden Bears are in Manitoba tonight and tomorrow afternoon. While the Pandas, they welcome in the Bisons tonight and tomorrow at the Drake. Golden Bears and Pandas volleyball host UBC from the Saville Center tonight at 6 and tomorrow at 5. And on the track, it's the 9th annual Pandas Open that runs today and tomorrow from the Butterdome. Sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he thinks the Oilers are a better team than last season at this particular point in time.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, he wants to be formal, but he's also here to party too.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
But I am just a lonely, nasty bookbinder. I would love to be Jasmine. I would love to maybe bind Tommy's shorts so they come further down his thigh. Not a book necessarily, but I'm sure my skills could translate. I would love to put together the Persnickety Papers by Matthew O'Wanick. And now, at last, dear, you've contacted me. The bookbinder of Alberta. The last one.
7:35 on the Nielson Show.
That's him in the big cloak with the hood, holding a real long candle, galloping on a unicorn through the countryside. Hey,
the bookbinder on a unicorn is a great bit.
Naked.
That.
Well, because we're saying Reed's a bit of a, it's got a add that.
He likes to take things to other levels.
He sure does.
Herm Edwards is going to join us in about 10 minutes. If you've not yet heard the bookbinder bit from the Reed Wilkins show a couple days ago, very, very funny. I just brought it up because somebody had just commented on their YouTube show from a couple days ago. I was just like, man, that bookbinder bit was absolutely hilarious. So if you've not yet checked it out, he had a voice for his steak the other day that was still in his belly.
Yeah,
too.
He is a bit of a man of 1,000 voices.
Yeah.
Like he's
a He's got that flair for dramatics,
An
for
impressionist.
drama, right? Yeah. He's
I like when he does his ironic.
Matt Iwanek was so mad the other day because I was playing Reed and Tecmo.
Okay.
And I had picked, so we have 4 teams.
The preseason continues.
Yeah, the preseason. Reed's only played like 3 games. We have 4 teams that we're not allowed to pick. San Francisco, Detroit, San Francisco, Dallas, Buffalo.
The cheat codes, hey? Or
Philly.
The E-Honda.
Yeah, they're just, so in preseason, we're not using them. So I was Pittsburgh, and Reed was, I can't remember, he was the Giants. And Matty's like, he was furious at me. He goes, why aren't you picking one of the worst teams you're playing against Reed? I said, I'm helping him get better by actually, trying against him.
Yeah.
Matty just wants me to roll over and let Reed win a few times. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not going to make Reed any better at Tecmo Bowl as we get prepared for the regular season.
I see what he's trying to do, though. He wants Reed's confidence to kind of be artificially inflated. And then you guys come into the regular season.
I'm just trying to give Reed a dose of reality.
Yeah.
And I did. I had 5 interceptions that game.
So you're leaving, you're
when you have Rod Woodson covering the corner.
You're not letting him have any sort of, positive. Just
do you let your kids win every single time?
Well,
All right, 780-218-9999, changing 200, but let's keep hammering that thumbs up. Oilers and Avs tonight. It's Super Bowl weekend. We've got what's going to be a jam-packed Super Bowl party at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Should be an absolutely incredible night. Cannot wait to see all of you who managed to actually get a table and or a seat at that party. It should end up being a very good time. Let's dive into the fan zone right now for Fans First. It's the fan zone. By fans, for fans, no fees at fansfirst.ca. You want to go to the game tonight, but you don't want to be paying and the hassle with all these extra fees? Then just go to fansfirst.ca. Get your tickets today for all of the Edmonton Oilers home action. Asked the question earlier. Are the Edmonton Oilers better than they were last year? Well, they're in first place. They weren't in first place last year.
I think Chris made a good point, too, about you don't just look at this from an Oilers lens. You look at it as a league lens as well. If you had, say, right now, hypothetically, 2 powerhouses in the conference of the division, right? And nothing against the Jets or whatever, but I think you can also look at team success and then base that on what your neighbors are kind of doing. Is the league better than last year overall, right? Like, do you have those same teams that are frothing at the mouth and chasing? I've always said that I think, given the events of last year's final, this is easily, without a doubt, the hungriest team. That goes without saying. So when you look at it that way and where they are, I think they're better, but they also have that galvanization that they haven't had before.
Trev, what do you think? Are they better than they were last year?
I think their goaltending is better. I think their defense is leaps and bounds better. Not even just the 6 guys.
You're talking team
on the blue
defense?
line, team defense as a whole. They have just played way better. Especially, that's been the best part of this Oilers team, I think, is just how good they've gotten defensively. And I know the offense really hasn't been there for it has been for the big guys. But I've said it before, there's several minutes in a game that the Oilers will just take full control. And I didn't see that nearly as much last year. So, I think this team is better. And I think what they're able to do right now, even with the lack of scoring that they've been able to get, they've been able to find ways to win defensively. It makes you have to be excited because the puck's going to start going in way more than it is, and they're getting those wins. So when the puck does go in way more, watch out. They're going to be unstoppable. It's been so fun to watch. There's a few things, obviously, they need to tidy up, and they know that. But, this has probably been the most exciting season I've ever watched this team play as a team. And that's awesome. I love it.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Call in the Amishman in the fan zone. Says, I do think the Oilers are a better team this year. Nurse is playing miles better, and Draisaitl is playing better too. I think Bouchard will step up when it counts, as will the rest. So the rest as well. So the rest of the league should definitely watch out. Library Pat says, I think the Oilers are marginally better than last season, but I think they're way more determined for whatever it's worth. I think they were disgusted to get so close only to lose. I expect Dusty's prognostication to come true. The Stanley Cup is coming back to Edmonton.
You said it. Not many people were.
The day after Game 7. The day after Game 7, I was like, this team is winning the Stanley Cup next year.
You went out there on a limb.
Okay. give me a job, right?
Sure.
I'll come.
They don't
promote
call
the
you
team.
Nostradusty for, right? Isn't that the name?
Jockstrap Sniffer says, guys, if Kane returns to the playoffs, it should give them a big boost. Well, I don't know. It might. But
should's a strong word.
When you haven't played in as long, he's going to basically go an entire season without playing.
Yeah.
So when you go that long without playing, is it even fair to expect a big boost?
The idea of what you think Evander Kane is should give them a boost, but what that reality is TBD.
780-218-9999 is where you can get in. Brett Lick, he says, post-deadline, when the roster improves with a trade or two, these guys will really lock it in and watch out. I mean, they've been the best team in the league for almost 3 consecutive months, and we're still sitting here going, they're going to add a couple pieces. Look out. You know how scary that should be for some? And I know other teams are also going to add, but to have this team add a few more pieces and then crank it up even another notch, that could be scary.
Not including Brandon Saad.
Yeah, the one that got away.
Hey,
they don't, when I watch them from game to game, they don't look better than they did last year, but I think they are better than they were last year. They're not rolling out a bunch of 7-2s and 7-3 type of victories.
That's to Trev's point. And then I think that's coaching, right? Like the coaching, the defensive awareness overall, not just speaking on the blue line. Like we saw that in the past 2 games, right? Like tight, uneventful, low event, not your sexy, again, run and gun or whatever the case is. But that's I think more championship tuned than the former.
This is not Hyman having a 50-goal season. This is not the Nuge dropping 100 points in a campaign a couple of years back. In fact, those guys you want more from. You seem like you want more from offensively. Instead, as Trev said, he expects some of these guys to start to chip in a little bit more offensively. And then how much? Like, they're already in first. Then how much better do they get?
Sure.
Does Klingberg continue to sort of get up to speed? And if not, do they go out and get another right shot top 4 guy? And then how much better do they look? So, yeah, I think by the time they get to the playoffs this year, they will be in a much better spot to win it all than they were last year. From added motivation to the way that they've been coached the entire season, I think they will be better. I think they will be better, and I personally think they're a little bit better right now. The Bomba guy says they're at least 25% better. I still don't believe they've really played an A-plus game as a team. When they fully click, they will bulldoze teams. And Morinville Steb says, I think that even if Evander Kane comes in healthy and is willing to be a wrecking ball out there until he finds his timing, it would be huge for the Oilers. So, like, even if you're not sniping and you're not putting up a bunch of points, if you're just going out and doing a little bit of crashing and doing a little bit of banging,
patrolling,
then maybe that will help as well. How they're going to get a healthier Evander Kane. How healthy will he be? I guess we'll have to see. Justin of Balgoni says Nurse is better than last year. Leon is going nuclear. Despite the haters, Skinner and Pickard are looking very nice. The Oilers are better this year. LFG. Nature Boys. And it says the Oilers are not better than they were last year yet, but they will be. The Fan Zone. Bones says, I say yes. Edmonton is a better team because the depth has done very little and they're in a better position. This depth will pay off in the playoffs. Yeah, you hope. I mean, you would like to see, Nugent Hyman to be a little bit better in the playoffs. And then you need to have, every playoff team ever has had a couple of bottom 6 guys who've sort of stepped up at moments in the, I should say every championship team ever has had those guys who stepped up in certain moments. And can Adam Henrique be that guy? Can Evander Kane in a bottom 6 role end up being that guy, right? They'll need, is it going to be Jeff Skinner down there who contributes the odd goal?
Kasperi Kapanen.
So there's lots to...
Matthias Janmark.
I don't even know if Kapanen's going to be in the lineup, depending on what they add at the deadline,
Who
right?
knows? Maybe unnamed player yet to be added.
780-218-9999. We're hoping to connect with Herm. But, it's Super Bowl Friday. He might be crazy busy and could have possibly forgotten about us. But we'll give him a couple more calls.
He's at an Eagles party.
I think that's what it is.
Topless.
He might be in the bath and he doesn't pick up.
That could be it too.
Guys, if Kane can come in and play a bit of a role of the worm/rat, That would be great. That's in from Brandon, not Manning.
TV Burkle talking about a different Kane in the nasty chat.
Detroit's not moving Patty Kane. Come on. Detroit's right in the thick of it themselves.
Yeah.
There's zero chance that happens. You heard Chris Johnston.
But where
say
would he
this
fit
morning,
in?
Not even going there. You heard Chris Johnston this morning say that he does expect the others to maybe add 2 more guys, but not big time guys. That's okay, Trev. He might call back. We'll see. We're hoping to have Herm on today, but maybe we won't be able to track him down.
It's a big weekend for him with the Eagles.
A lot on the line.
Like, an alumnus. They all gather, right? Like, if you've ever had anything to do with it, this is the time. Your old team's in it. He's probably reconnecting with the guys. You know what I mean?
I'm having a great time.
A couple phone calls here or there.
Yeah. He is Sergio Dip right now. And here he is having the time of his life.
He should be.
You know what? That's okay, because I got a little window here, and there's something I wanted to discuss. And I wish he would have put this on Facebook. No, that's good. It's coming up.
Well, you can't have
We're going to get to it. I mean, the guy's a freak. All right, so here, this is what I wanted to lay out. Mac Ramala, this was on his Facebook page.
You're on Mac Ramalla's Facebook?
I'm on Mac Ramalla's Facebook. We're friends. We're Facebook friends. Yeah. He says, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. When compared to Mahomes at age 28, Mahomes is ahead of him. And if Mahomes wins on Sunday, he will have 4 Super Bowls before the age of 30. Tom had 3 at that time, and won number 4 not until he was 37 years old, and then obviously tacked on some more. I replied, and so, I mean, he's kind of laying out the case that Mahomes is going to take a run here at Tom Brady in the GOAT conversation.
So the question is, who's better, Andy Reid or Bill Belichick?
Well, I mean, you know what? That's why when Brady left and won somewhere else, that's when it really solidified it for me. Like,
people talked about that.
I was always just like, I'm not sure. Like, because I loved Manning. I hated Brady for a while. But when Brady left, went somewhere else and delivered again, that's when I was just like, man, you just got to respect
That was always
this dude.
the question, right? If the split up between the two of them, who's going to have the success?
It was always the question. Yeah. And in a lot of those situations, man, we never get the answer. But in this situation, we did. And that really sort of changed my viewpoint of Tom Brady. I was like, damn it, man, sometimes you just got to accept greatness. And look at what this guy did. So as Mahomes continues to try to ramp up, and I guess, so I replied to Mac Ramala on Facebook, and I said, here's the problem for Patrick Mahomes in this, can he become the GOAT conversation thing? Because they played in a Super Bowl against each other, and Tom Brady beat him. So no matter how many Patrick Mahomes wins, there will always be the conversation on the other side. Yeah, but he had a chance to beat Brady, and Brady beat him.
The one-on-one.
Right? There's that head, and he's not going to get that chance again.
Yeah.
Unless Brady, of course, comes back in 2 years and decides to go be a quarterback somewhere. But he's going to have to somehow do something to overcome that. And Mac Ramala replied and basically said, well, Mahomes was 25, Brady was 43, had all the experience at the time and stuff. But Patrick Mahomes already had a Super Bowl under his belt. Like, he'd been there and he'd won. So, I mean, I look at it and go, yeah, well, maybe you look at the other way, Mahomes, and go, yeah, well, he lost to an old guy 31-9. So it's tough because people will come back to that one game 15 years from now when you look at the two of them and all of their things. And, I mean, do you think Mahomes has to win one without Andy Reid to get in there because Brady won one without Belichick?
Or without Steve Spagnuolo? There's so many different variables that go into a successful football team, right? And kind of getting where you need to get. Not to take anything away from Mahomes or Brady or whatever, but it's just like the Buccaneers team was built rather well. It wasn't just Brady dragging them all around. It was a good team and the coordinators and everything. And I think, again, a lot of what gets lost in the Taylor Swift, Kelsey, Mahomes bright shining stars is that of Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo and just how they continue to go. Spagnuolo's done it in different markets, right? Like he's been there, done that, wearing different colors. Of course, we all know Andy Reid's success as well. So it's just You can rank and chart these things so many different ways, but then when you think you've come to an answer, you're like, but they played each other that one year and he got the best of him. So how do I don't know how you equate and weigh it all at the end of the day. And I guess the answer is for Mahomes to just keep on winning, win as many as you can, appear in as many Super Bowls. I mean, Super Bowl it's tough to get to the Super Bowl and then win it, but keep going and going and going. I mean, if he eventually gets so many, I mean, we talked with Tanier about the Patriots and just them being around and sniffing around for multiple decades. I mean, so winning 3 straight Super Bowls is something, but when you're a constant contender for so long, maybe career longevity for Mahomes will be the one to just kind of outlast Tom Brady.
That's tough too.
Absolutely.
I mean, Brady was into his 40s.
And this goes to the LeBron conversation as well, just being able to play that long and to have a chance. Championships, yes, we count them and how many you stack, but being around the conversation so long, I think too should be taking into account and right up there.
So Mahomes,
in terms of career accomplishments.
Mahomes almost needs to drop like 13 more great seasons. When you
think about that, you're like, wow,
that's crazy.
And then you go back and say, well, who else did that? Tom Brady. Well, so that's where I kind of laid on success. It's just that time, keeping your body, in such a sport such as this, where the physicality and in that position as well. But
Tom Brady won Super Bowls in 2002, 2004, 2005, 2015, 2017, 2019, and then 2021. He had 2 amazing runs a decade apart.
And then even seeing the ones where he didn't get it over the line. I mean, the perfect season that never was, right? I mean, the Giants win that, by a hair. So there's all these times that even when he's not winning, they're in the conversation. That's dominance.
780-218-9999 if you would like to chime in on this conversation.
Mahomes might be up here, too, checking out a bit of Canadian ball. You heard that from the media avail the other day. Hey, he knows Pete Robertson and all that. He went to college.
Things like that.
Well, but Zach Collaros went out and checked, with his former
I saw Lucas in the chat saying, can we get odds on Zach Collaros creeping in a picture behind
creeping eerily in the press box
behind Taylor Swift? How many MVPs did Brady end up with? Let's see here. Patrick Mahomes has 2 MVPs. Brady finished with 3. Aaron Rodgers has 4.
But even then, who are you going against? What's
Peyton
the type
Manning's
of season?
got 5. Yeah, it's always a tough way to read into things as well. Oh well, 780-218-9999.
Maybe the better player is just he who has the, read their list of accomplishments and you start the stopwatch. And whichever one is longer,
whichever time goes longer,
that's your winner.
I don't like if Mahomes wins this week, and I'm trying not to disrespect the dude here, but if Mahomes wins this week, I'm not just automatically putting him into the conversation with Brady yet. It's another box being checked, and it's something that Brady never managed to do with the three-peat.
Yeah.
So that would be a check mark on the other side. But I think, the good news for him is that he's got a lot of room in front of him. He's got a lot of runway to track down 2 or 3 more titles, even after if they win one this year. But I think that's what he's going to need to get into
and what is
that conversation.
What does the rest of that look like? I mean, say in a world where Andy Reid departs and Steve Spagnuolo, what do the Chiefs look like moving forward too? Maybe they kind of fall off and turn into a team that, competes for wild cards or something like that. Like, he's a good quarterback, but I'm just saying things can go off the rails in terms of team makeup and whoever you bring in to coach. So who's to say? I mean, again, Brady was a beneficiary of I'd say good ownership with Kraft and management, and it was a good system. He was a benefit of a good system, both in New England and Tampa. Will Mahomes have the luxury of that?
780-218-9999. 780-218-99 is where you can chime in on this conversation. And our Super Bowl party at Century Casino should be you're going to hit the slots for a little bit? You're a slots boy, aren't you?
I was talking to Jay Milne yesterday here around the office.
Excited.
Casually. I said, how many brown bills have you earmarked for Sunday there? And he got a twinkle in his eye, and he bolted over to me. He'll be
Jay loves the casino. I'm going to be rolling with him on the roulette table.
Well, a few nasties will be following too. They're like, let me know where Milne is. We want to get in on this action. Like he'll be like a Hugh Jackson.
I don't know if it's possible to be good at roulette, but Jay seems to be good at roulette.
He can read the table. Or the magnets, as some would say. But no, it'll be fun. It'll be a great time. The machines, the tables, the roulettes,
the ponies,
everything. Hell, they got Yuck Yucks Comedy Club there too. I don't know if there's a show after the Super Bowl Sunday, but
Jay sent me a picture of last year's Super Bowl, and it's just me standing up on a chair behind a tower of 6 o'clocker loggers.
Well, Iwanek was no more in the hangout yesterday. He said,
"What?
No more.
No more what?
No more piling of the."
Right away.
He's putting his foot down.
So if somebody starts,
if he sees you stacking a can on top of another
He can
can,
come bat it
he's
down.
over there and he will.
Well, we're gonna have to choke Matty out. What's going on over there? Oh, Wanik, is he passed out? No, we choked him out. We chloroformed him so we could have fun at the Super Bowl
He'll
party.
write you a ticket.
So Matty's not going to allow us to do a stack of cans again? What's this about?
You'll have to rerun the hangout and watch it from yesterday. He got very.
The stack of cans is not what broke the TV at last year's Super Bowl party.
But it was a precursor to.
The problem is that somebody threw a ball at the stack of cans and then something bounced off and hit a TV and broke it.
All under the watchful eye of Renee.
I mean, Renee runs the show there.
And she was having a great time.
She was loving it.
Accidents happen, right?
I mean, I would think as far as list of people calling the shots at Super Bowl party, Renee is up here. And Maddie or any of us aren't even on the list.
Yeah, Jasmine.
Like
in the
Renee
nasty
calls
chat.
the shots.
Maddie said no cans, no buckets. I don't know what that means. They'll be selling the buckets. They'll be selling the cans.
They're
and they'll be
selling
selling
buckets.
The buckets.
They're selling buckets and selling cans. What are we talking about?
Maddie, no. He'll take them and dump them out.
If we're building a thing of cans and Maddie comes over, I'm going to label him as party pooper for the rest of the day. Maddie's going to have all of us on limits. Here's your 2 tokens. What are they for? Pepsis.
You take a drink and you see across the room he's just staring at you.
Has a little notepad and it's like, Dustin,
I think you've had enough.
Jeez.
Hand on the shoulder.
Pierre Montenegro says it was a can that hit the TV.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's only because a ball was thrown at it. Right? Like if
the ball hit the can,
if the tower of cans is just sitting there and there's no ball to hit it, no TV's getting
Or
broke.
maybe you move the tower into a more neutral area. We didn't need to have it. It was,
I liked
it
it where it
pretty
was.
close
I mean,
to the
it's-
TV. No, but I mean, you could have it on any table,
Yeah.
away from the TVs, and then no harm, no foul.
I think we can make even a bigger tower this year.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
The challenge. I mean, we set
Challenge
the precedent.
accepted.
Yeah.
I tell Matt, I'm just going to tell Matty, what are we having a setback in year 2? EST struggling. We can't have as big a tower as last year.
This might get me off the machines. This might be the event. The football game, yeah, okay, whatever. UV Maddie and the can stacking.
I don't even. I was planning on drinking just spiced rum and Diet Coke.
Not anymore.
But now I'm going to be having cans, and as I'm drinking them, I'm going to be like Fuller in Home Alone when he's drinking that Pepsi and he's looking at Kevin. I'm going to be looking at Maddie. I'm going to be like,
When you're done, crush it and just maintain staring.
No, I won't crush it because I need to stack it.
Yeah, but you can crush it. I think, though, this rivalry now is developed, and I am all in. All in.
The cans are getting stacked. You know why the cans are getting stacked?
A bookbinder.
Makes my day. The bookbinder of Alberta.
I wonder if we get a bookbinder appearance on Sunday at Century Casino.
Oh, I think a bucket or two might pull him out.
Bookbinder.
Naked.
Somebody get the bookbinder home. He's had enough. All right, we need
getting let out with no clothes on, doing the. But I'm the bookbinder.
What the cops?
Two security
the cops come. What's your name, sir? I'm the bookbinder of Alberta. Oh my God! Oh, it's too good. It's too good. Oh, that's a good bit. All right, we need somebody to play kind of easy trivia right now. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual up for grabs. Stake your claim today at Mr. Mike's. Stake your claim right now on Kind of Easy Trivia by texting Trev saying you want to play. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Let's get to a sports update right now for Windsor Plywood Leduc. Lieutenant Eric's got everything you need to know in the world of sports. Orange and Blue Breakfast getting you ready for the Oilers and Avs still to come as well.
Oilers and Avs tonight to close out Edmonton's schedule prior to the Four Nations face-off. You can join Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows tonight. Coverage begins at 6 here on EST. It'll be one of 5 games around the NHL this evening. Lots of action last night as Colorado were victorious down in Calgary 4-2 over the Flames. Alex Ovechkin goal 879. The Capitals defeat the Flyers 4-3. The Golden Knights would snap a 4-game slide with a 3-1 win over the Devils. And the Canucks dropping the Sharks 2-1 in overtime. The Edmonton Oil Kings back in action tonight. They'll visit the Hitmen at 7. They'll also return home to host the Moose Jaw Warriors tomorrow night at 7. The Oil Kings sit 7th in the WHL's Eastern Conference, a point back of both Brandon and Saskatoon. Josh Allen is your NFL MVP. He won the award last night in the closest race since Matt Ryan beat out Tommy Brady in 2016. Allen securing 27 first-place votes to Lamar Jackson's 23. LeBron James had 42 points. It was the Lakers over the Warriors, 121-12. Raptors are back in action tonight. They'll visit the Thunder in one of 7 games. Over to the Waste Management Phoenix Open, where Corey Connors was the low Canadian. He shot an opening round of 4 under yesterday, with Adam Hadwin sitting at 3 under. Play was suspended due to darkness last night. Round 1 will resume at 8:15 this morning. And over to U of A Athletics. Hockey, Golden Bears are in Manitoba tonight, tomorrow afternoon, while the Pandas welcome in the Bisons tonight and tomorrow at the Drake. Volleyball hit the court tonight at the Saville Center and tomorrow as the Golden Bears and Pandas host UBC. And on the track, 9th annual Pandas Open runs today and tomorrow at the Butterdome. Sports update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Hey Pete, hey Poho, tell them what you did. It was a big blockbuster made cause Ebbs was lackluster, so in the end he just had to go. Yeah, that sounds about right. They sent him to New York and they landed Ryan Strome. Now he's got a song on the show. Right. He does all kinds of drills that give you all kinds of thrills, but the thrill he's never known is a thrill like he's dreaming. All the fans are screaming. It's another goal for Ryan Strome. Ryan Strome. Wanna see him dangle Ryan Suter. Strome. Wanna see him be 97 shooter. Yeah. Strome. Wanna see that smiling face. It's another goal for Ryan Strome. That's a very, very good thing.
We know this sexy old lady named Renee, baby, who likes to wear men's jeans. She's got a Ryan Strome road jersey, and it's bursting right at the seams.
Now this song's designed to blow your mind, but your minds won't really be blown like the blow you'll be feeling at Rogers Place, screaming. It's another goal for Ryan Strome. Ryan Strome. Wanna see him dangle Ryan Suter. Strome. Wanna see him be 97 shooter. Strome. Wanna see that smiling face. It's another goal for Ryan Strome.
That is a very, very good thing if they didn't give him away for Spooner in one of the stupidest trades I've ever seen in my entire life. 8:05 on a Friday.
Your favorite Oilers trade tree.
God, that one was awful. What a
shrub.
I mean, I just don't know how you could be that bad at your job. Like Peter Chiarelli was genuinely awful at his job. It just was. He was not good at it.
He got a song out of it.
He did get a song out of it. Yeah. He did get a song out of it. Maybe we play that around 8:30 today.
Trev 15 checks in the Paris Jewelers inbox from Hawaii. I don't know if have we pinned Hawaii yet? Has EST? He's got a nice beer on the beach right now with his EST cap.
What?
Sent in a picture. Maui, Hawaii.
We must have.
I don't know if we've been to the island.
Nobody sent in a picture like that though.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And Corey from Beaumont, who claims he started the tower last year, says he's planning the next one already. So the architect is in.
Oh wow. We got to save this Hawaii picture. That looks sick. We're going to put that on our socials.
Isn't that nice?
Trev, thanks for sending that in. That's awesome. Not you, Trev. Other Trev. Yeah, I see Corey from Beaumont trying to work. Look, Maddie's not going to be able to walk around and knock down everybody's beer towers. Like, now it's a spite tower.
No.
Now it's a spite tower.
Yeah.
It's just a
You're
spite tower
drinking.
now.
Yeah,
I'm spite drinking now. That usually goes well.
Hey, you're a Spite League winner. You
know what? I do have things to celebrate.
Yes.
That is true. All right. We've got a pretty jam-packed third hour here. Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. Dawn, Director of Sales for Brewsters, Beer Revolution, is going to be in today. We'll have a gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. Marmet Basin Snow Report, the wrap for William Huff. That's a good. Still to come as well, plus 3 questions too many. But let's start the hour with a little kind of easy trivia. Of course, the Nielson Show brought to you by Southport Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. Go see Daniel and his family-friendly team at Southport Chev. They will look after you. Who's playing kind of easy trivia today, Trev? Who'd you track down today, buddy?
Pat.
All right, Pat is going to play today, looking to stake his claim to Mr. Mike's for a 2-course steak dinner for just $39.99. Start with an Emperor Caesar salad or a rustic onion soup. Then enjoy their tender 7-ounce sirloin steak with béarnaise butter, garlic mashed potatoes loaded with savory toppings.
We need the bookbinder doing that.
Mr.
Reed.
Mike's. I'll leave it for Reed this afternoon. Bookbinder reads random things. EST afternoons from 1 to 3 every day. The Reed Wilkins Show from 3 to 6. In a very short amount of time, both of those shows have become absolutely must listen to, must watches in this market. And if you're like, Dusty, you're nuts. I'm not nuts. I'm telling you the truth. Check it out if you haven't already from 1 to 6 every single day.
Hell, EST afternoons, Hernan. I mean, there's guests clamoring to get on that show.
My goodness.
Like phoning up Hernan and saying, hey, I need to get on the show.
Is Jay off today? I think Jay might be off today.
Vacation day?
Maybe he's off next Friday
Scheduled
or something.
vacation?
Because Reed was talking about having a current Canadian Football League player coming in and do the show with him. I don't know if that was today or next week. Let me know.
It's probably
Let me know, Riedrich.
Peter Godber.
It is an offensive lineman.
He signed yesterday, I think, out east.
Did he sign out east? Yeah. All right, Pat's going to play kind of easy trivia today. Let's bring in Pat this morning. Pat, welcome to the show. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, I will start the tape. What do you think of Maddie saying we can't have a beer tower at the Super Bowl party?
That's a lie.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
That's a lie. I like that. All right, here we go. Trev will start the ticker after read the first question. Good luck, man. Who do the Edmonton Oilers play tonight?
The Avalanche.
Name a defenseman on the Avalanche.
McCarr.
Who has more points, Draisaitl or McKinnon?
McKinnon.
How
no.
How many teams are in the Four Nations face-off?
4.
Who's going to be captain of Team Canada?
Crosby if he hangs on.
Boom. Give it to him.
Great recovery.
Give it to this guy. Oh, no.
Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right.
You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
That's a peddling.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules.
Oh, you better believe that's a peddling.
And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
That's a peddling.
The first year we took it to the limit.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Taylor Hall, he came in and moved them all. 1-for-1, the deal's done. Bobby Mack let us know. Ryan Stromey lost it twice. Drake from Manning was not nice. 2 good picks, they went for Griff. Pete just had to go. Eric Greiber buyout, what was that all about? Miko signed a 3-year deal, and my friends, that ain't no steal. Traded for Spooner, shoulda canned him sooner. Chris Russell, Lucic, no movement on their deals. Pete left a tire fire. Bobby Nix is searching for the perfect person. Pete left a tire fire. Now it's tough to do well when you're stuck in cap hell.
You know what came up on my phone the other day? Marshall and the Muzz They were probably about 4 and 2 years old, and they were doing the Poho thrust to that song back when we were still employed by
an
TSN
old-timey
1260.
dance, eh?
Yeah. Oh, they were hilarious because they were so little, but they were just thrusting as much as they possibly could. Yeah, they were loving
And
that.
that's led to healthy hips and Marshall's success in the pool. I think the thrust, right? Like that kind of...
They call him the Barracuda.
Keeps you loose in that...
So Jay is not off today. Both Jay and Reed text me. But people are wondering, like, how much... So Jay's in today. It's next Friday. He's off. How much say does a Wannick actually have at Century Casino?
Well, Big
not
Slam Nasty says, I get in the confines of VSDHQ, Matty is the boss. But at Century Casino, he is but just another Super Bowl viewer.
I mean, he has no authority.
Now, he does do the green and gold kickoff shows alongside Jason Mill.
Oh, that's also great, but he has no authority there either.
No, I know, but it gets you... You do go there, but Jason also goes with him. So Jason would probably be in favor of the tower, which basically nullifies any sort of
if any of us had authority at Century Casino, it's this guy right here. You're there twice a week the entire
I know
bloody
a lot
season.
of the names of the staff, the security by week 17 started to nod at me. I know the place quite well. I wouldn't say like the back of my hand, but
you would have the authority.
A little bit of pull.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
But not enough to be calling the shots for people who want to build a beer tower.
I would never dream of doing that.
No, exactly. He wouldn't. He's not a tyrant.
Somebody comparing the career of Rick Pinter as well to Reed Wilkins in terms of the the voice, the hilarity, et cetera, et cetera.
Type of thing. YouTube, Trev, you got to make sure that you're in at work on Monday after Super Bowl party, hey?
Yeah, I'm not gonna...
Like, that's the all-timer right there.
Oh, gosh. You know what sucks? It was almost a year.
Yeah.
Almost made it to
without
a year.
being late for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just missed it. Couple of shows.
Yeah, so...
You know what? Next year, you won't be late for work.
I think so.
Like starting now.
Yeah, I'm going to have lots of water.
Yeah, smart
and
smart
maybe
move.
one beer, but I'm also going to really eat a lot. I'm going to have the surf and turf.
You got to get the base. You got to get the
It's
water.
too good of a deal. Yeah.
And the brisket. I want to have...
Oh, wow. You're not messing around.
Have it all.
Yeah, I'm going to eat more than I drink.
Smart thinking.
Thank you.
Smart thinking.
Don from Brewsters is downstairs. The door is locked, he says.
Okay. Trev, you want to go unlock that door for him? Perfect.
Don from Brewsters is in.
Don McDonald, Director of Sales and Brewsters, Beer Revolution. Going to join us just after 8:30 today. You know, maybe we'll have Don in at 8:30, then we'll go Orange and Blue Breakfast after that. If he's already here.
Whatever.
There's no reason to
I don't
wait.
mind an OBB when you're, a little...
The OBB buzz. Yeah. That's what we could call it.
Yeah.
All right. We got That's Good still coming up in this segment for, before 8:30. But right now, let's get into 3 questions too many. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment today?
I do. It's 3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he'll be constructing a beer tower of his own at the dealership come Super Bowl Sunday. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Sarah says she's going to buy Maddie a Karen wig.
Oh, jeez.
But I thought just moments ago she was in his she was in his corner.
Justice for Matthew.
Yeah,
that
what's
was the
going on
hashtag.
here?
I think if you want to use.
We're 52 likes away from changing 300 today. All right, Hammer, McKinnon, McCarr, McDavid, and Leon tonight in Edmonton. You're gonna love it. Hammer the thumbs up for us. Do you have a Twitter account?
Yeah, I do. It's at Lieutenant_Eric. I know everybody's asking who's going to win the Super Bowl. I put out a poll today. Who loses the Super Bowl?
I like that twist.
Yeah. Chiefs 52.8% leading the way.
Wow. So people are thinking the Chiefs are going to lose.
Do with that what you will.
Question number 1. Guys, it's Josh Allen this year, but who's your way too early prediction for MVP next season? Jaden Daniels? I mean, I think
I'll run off those fumes. Why not?
I think I'll just run it back with Lamar. I think we'll probably get another.
What type
Lamar.
of Ravens team do we have here?
If Derrick Henry's back there,
yeah, I
that'll
guess
be
so.
good.
But
Lamar. I think I want it to be Jaden Daniels because he'll be in year 2 of the Spite League with me. But I think it might be Lamar because it'll be the whole. Well, he was so close last year, and he definitely could have won, and I'll give it to him this year. So I'm going to say Lamar Jackson.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
I don't. I mean, if Saquon can't win it this year, I don't see a running back.
You're selling your boy short.
Soon. I love Jahmyr Gibbs. Don't get me wrong. I also have him in Spite League.
He's gonna pop.
You know what I was looking at? I was looking at next year's draft rankings, and in the Spite League, I have, and I can't even keep them all because I have so many. but I have 6 of the top 12 projected fantasy football picks in next year's draft on that same team.
Rip City Step says Trevor Lawrence. Now with Liam Cohen and all that buzz and energy.
Change.
Oh, baby.
Coaching change.
Yeah, I think J.J. McCarthy from La Bamba guy. Interesting.
Yeah, probably not going to happen.
Jasmine says Burrows. Bounce back, maybe. Hey, like for the full Bengals bounce back.
Maybe.
A little more mad.
Question number 2, guys. Who's going to be the star of the show at the Super Bowl party on Sunday?
Usually... Oh, no. Was that just a viewing night or was that Super Bowl? Remember that one guy that showed up and we were all signing that random jersey he had? Who is he?
He showed up again at another place.
It's usually these people that you would never even, like, off the board. You know, that type of thing.
That was just at that Commander's viewing party we did.
Yeah. Look, Jasmine's been talking it up. She's been using the Hangout as a big platform for her. Apparently, she's going to beat up a lot of people. Like she's going to be mad and physical, I guess. Strange from what I've been hearing.
I mean, Glue Guy, because of that roulette table, I could see him end up being the star of the show.
Glue Guy is going to be, he's going to be at the table with lots of attractive people surrounding him.
Yeah.
You know, that type of thing in these
the
gowns.
Stage
and,
photo.
Yeah. It's going to be that. And people even blowing on his dice, that type of thing. I could also see Renee. I mean, she is the party host with the most.
It's true.
She's got a lot of things cooking, great prizing. They're very excited.
It doesn't sound like it'll be Maddie.
You know, it's the first time with Reed out on the town at a. We did the Christmas party.
Right, and he wasn't Nasty Bash.
No, but he was off work. You know that type of thing. He was carrying,
he was having a great time at Christmas party.
Around, you know?
Christmas party, he was having a good time.
Yeah, could be. We could see the bookbinder. As said, if he's getting let out of there naked by security, I like his odds.
One of the Combine crew.
They're always. Oh,
are we planning on? Is there going to be a wing eating contest? The Glue Guy set this up.
Zach
the last one was
himself.
very controversial.
Yeah.
But I could see that maybe happen if we can find the room for it. There just might not be space because it's going to be so jammed. But no, I think that's going to be pretty good.
Matt Hyman inquiring: will Glue Guy get hugs from a random woman?
That was at a pre and post
green and gold kickoff show.
That's kind of a funny one. I think
as well. And full credit to Jasmine or Jocelyn. And Jay, Jocelyn, this is her final game to complete the world record, Olympic record of attending every single football game that we put on at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge this year. All throughout the Monday and Thursday.
That is insane.
Didn't miss one, and now the Super Bowl will be her crowning achievement. So maybe I'll have to go with her.
What a commitment.
Yeah.
You know, she should at least be acknowledged in some way on Sunday.
We'll cook something up. Maybe we'll construct a tower out of beer cans for her.
That's a nice tribute for her.
How could you be against something like that?
Showing the support for an AM Nasty Maddie, we can't put this tower up.
I think we've
never
also
seen such a thing.
Can't forget old Atif. He'll probably be high on the betting board in terms of
the star of the show. Maybe he'll be doing live performances of his Valentine's Day song.
Ask him to tell you a joke.
No,
he knows lots of good ones.
Oh, that's okay. Question number 3, you guys. You can't pick a quarterback, Kelsey or Saquon. Who could be the biggest surprise offensive star in this year's Super Bowl?
Can't pick a quarterback, Kelsey or Saquon.
I mean, it's a cheat here because
Samaje Perine.
Samaje Perine. God, you got to sprinkle a Samaje Perine touchdown, don't you? It's kind of cheating that either AJ Brown or Devontae Smith aren't on here.
Yes.
So I think you kind of. I'll go with Smith. I'll go with Devontae Smith. As Dan Orlovsky stated earlier in the week, he's torched the Kansas City Chiefs zone defense.
Kareem Hunt off the board, hey?
Actually, Kareem Hunt could be a good one, too.
That's the one. I joke at the Perine.
Kareem Hunt could be a 2-touchdown guy.
Exactly.
Kareem Hunt could be a 2-touchdown guy. Kareem might be a better play than Smith, maybe even.
Pat Susie says Xavier Worthy. Don't mind that either, eh?
Yeah, I mean, there's... I have this sneaking suspicion about Hollywood Brown. Misses like the entire year, gets sprinkled back in here a little bit, then goes off for like 120 and a touchdown in a Super Bowl. Like that'd be the classic. Didn't see that one coming from the Kansas City Chiefs, did you? So yeah, that's a good one. Big Uke dropping a Noah Gray in there as well. Get him over 1.5 receptions. Huss and I did a bunch of props yesterday. Today we're doing on the Lock Shop. Myself, Jake, Pat, Huss. We're doing a draft of Super Bowl props.
Okay, how many rounds? What do we?
This thing's getting crazy. He just texted. He goes, "Boys, just think about this prop challenge. Let's do it draft style. We'll take our turns picking our favorite props for the game. Once a prop is taken, it's gone and cannot be selected again. Each prop will be 1 unit, and we will do 5 or 6 picks each. Hopefully, we have time for 6. You can pick any props at any odds, but one pick must be a longer shot of plus 300 or more. Obviously, hitting props at better odds will win more money and help you win the competition.
Okay.
We record all the picks based on the same 1 unit bet for each prop. Whoever has the most money after settling all the bets will be the Super Bowl prop king of the lock shop.
You get a little crown.
Huss is very excited for the lock shop today.
What you talk with him daily? What does he do? Is he a superstitious man in terms of he's doing the same
He'll
thing
be at Win
Sunday?
City.
That's what it
He'll
is.
be at Win City Pub in Winnipeg. He'll be strolling
Alone
in
at
there.
the Wood.
He'll be he'll have his boys.
People will be there. But
He'll have his boys, but he'll be at the Wood.
Yeah, yeah.
And to be honest with you, I wish I was there with him too. That would be
Absolutely.
great. I wish I could
That's
be in
the party.
I wish I could be in 3 places at once. I wish I could be at our party. I wish I could be with Huss, and I do wish I could be at home watching with Tam and the kids too.
We should have a Huss screen during our party.
Once the Muzz turns 18, the Nielson family will be at Super Bowl party. Just that's how it'll be at Century Casino. All right, let's get into that's so good for the Italian Center today. Where if you missed it,
You've
yesterday,
been holding on long enough. You can,
Oh, I know. I want that mac and cheese.
I'm talking LeBron.
Oh, well, I mean,
both.
40 years old, 42 points, 17 boards, 8 assists. Could have had the triple-double if some of those guys could have hit some of those threes. Like, if Austin Reeves hits a couple of threes last night, LeBron probably just goes out and drops a 42-point triple-double at the age of 40. Like, I know some of you don't like him. I know some of you are the whole debate. I get it. I understand it. I'm on the other side of it, obviously. But do not take this dude for granted. He's 40 years old, and he had 42 points last night. Hit a 3-pointer from like a quarter of the way up the logo, 34 feet out. Had a couple of monstrous dunks. Was all over the place. It was watching a symphony of basketball brilliance last night, watching him against the Golden State Warriors. Like, it was absolutely insane. And to be doing that in year 22 at the age of 40, I just don't know how you can't have respect for the guy at that point. Like, it's bloody insane. Lakers have won 9 of their last 11. They've got one law. They're like 5 or 6-1 without Anthony Davis this
Got your
year.
big.
Whenever Anthony Davis isn't there, LeBron's just like, oh, I guess I just have to be the stud again. And he goes out and does it. Now they're bringing in Luka. They're bringing in Mark Williams. I mean, I think there's an outside chance that Dusty's taken the all-time victory lap this spring, #Association City. Like, they're going to be a tough out.
Alongside Matthew, I want.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
You're both Lakers.
It's so good. It's so good. I think I have to go this spring to a Lakers game to see Luka and LeBron together. I've been talking about it for a long time. Maybe even I get in on the playoff fun, boys. Just a quick trip down, taking a playoff game.
Fire up the PJ.
Come back. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know what else to say. Like,
I know.
Just watch.
That's good.
Well, that's it. But this segment right now should be called "That's Unbelievable."
Like that mac and cheese.
40 years old and undoubtedly the best player on the floor last night. Undoubtedly, not even remotely close. Nothing against Steph. Steph missed like 24 shots last night. It was a remarkable night. And now you're going to throw Luka Doncic next to this guy. I don't think it's crazy for the Lakers to be a contender for like the next 3 years with both of those guys playing together.
A game back of the Rockets with right now. They're a game and a half back of the Nuggets for third, and 4 back of the Grizzlies for second.
The Lakers' offense is better without Anthony Davis. End of story. Before adding Luka, AD, I love him, and they're going to miss him on the defensive side of the ball. But just watching, and I watch the Lakers a lot, but watching them when he's in the lineup, their offense just operated at a slower pace. It's as simple as that. He kind of slowed things down a little bit offensively. Now with Vanderbilt back in, and they're going to be adding these other guys, I mean, it was fun to watch last night. Like, and Steph hit a couple of shots last night where it's like, man, Steph shoots a lot. Like there was a couple of times in the game last night where he shot, the rebound came out, somebody grabbed it, and they gave it right back to him, and he shot again. And it was one of those nights where he just wasn't hitting much. Would have been different if Steph was on, but Thank you for the time, Eric. I just had to.
No, I mean, no problem.
You need to respect what this is. What's happening right now.
The listeners and viewers are chiming in. Paris Drewler's inbox. Fraser says what LeBron is doing is amazing. He has cemented himself as the second best ever.
It's pretty good, actually. I mean, that's a pretty good part of the conversation because you always can have a conversation about 1 and 2. You know?
Haas says, I'm excited for Luka to play with LBJ now. I've been a Lakers fan since '85, and this is exciting.
It is exciting. So think about how great the Lakers franchise has been. The number of players that have come through that organization. And if you missed the Genie Bus story on Two Guys and Goal yesterday from Trent Sandwith,
Google
you
it.
got to go back and
then hit images.
You got to go back and find that. Okay, but how many great players have the Lakers had? Last night, LeBron was the first player in Lakers franchise history to have a game with 40-plus points, 15-plus rebounds, and 5 3-pointers or more.
Hampton Steve, the Lakers' Achilles heel will be their lack of a quality big. No one match up against the Joker or Chet. He's not convinced.
Well, Mark Williams is young.
Yeah.
Physically might have some problems there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're a perfect team.
No, but the future is bright. When you can look at the present and then also gaze towards the future, you're cooking. That's where you want to be.
Kobe, Shaq, Magic,
Steve Nash,
Kareem. I mean, the list goes on and on. LeBron did something last night that none of those guys ever did. In his 22nd year at the age of 40. I mean, how can you not sit there and just go, yeah, this is ridiculous?
Darth Vader says it's crazy how good LeBron is at 40. Almost like Bonds hitting 73 homers in 01.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
People just keep throwing stuff his way. It doesn't matter.
Heads keep growing bigger.
Doesn't matter. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Dave in the nasty chat says, I know we tease Dusty, but there can't actually be people who don't think that LeBron is the GOAT at this point. There's no rational argument you can make against.
I think take his on-court performance aside, people don't like the idea of LeBron building schools and such. You know, he's
being a good father and stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that he's done that's rubbed people the wrong way.
Going to the Four Nations too earlier on, people don't like success. People don't like things that people like to kind of do the opposite just to say they're doing the opposite. So, yeah, I mean, I have nothing against LeBron. Like having a little fun with you. I have nothing against Jordan either.
It's nuts to see what he's doing at this age. It's incredible. It's good. That's a good for the Italian Center. And we're going to get the rest of that mac and cheese up in us after the show today here.
Maddie Iwanick text me. Thanks for pointing out I'm a Laker fan too. And he is.
Did I?
No, I did.
Oh, yeah. Maddie's been a Laker fan for a long time.
No, I know, but I mean, you and him can go together. You're not alone.
I mean, is he going to allow me to? Is he going to allow me to do a beer tower at the Lakers game, or is it going to be shut down?
The two of you together. If there's any sort of sandpaper in us at the Super Bowl, you can just talk Lakers. It's your common denominator. And he's a true fan. He doesn't just follow players cheaply around and buy the team merch.
Hey, man, nobody's ever been more committed to this.
Cavaliers dusty for Super Bowl? Dust off some of that old gear?
I'll show up with all of them.
But quarter by quarter.
Heat stuff, Lakers stuff. I'll do it all. Look, what did we say today? In the Brady Mahomes thing? What's something that Brady did that Mahomes hasn't done yet?
Longevity.
That's but what else did he do? We always wondered if Brady could go
a team.
If Brady left Belichick, could he win somewhere else?
Yes.
And we got the answer, and we think that helps his legacy.
Yes, so LeBron away from love was the
LeBron winning everywhere he went.
Yeah,
helps his legacy. Whereas being unable to win without Phil Jackson might damage somebody else's.
Couldn't do it in Washington.
Whatever. Let's keep moving along. All right, on the way next, we're gonna do beer of the week coming up right away. Then we'll do the orange and blue breakfast, the Marmet Basin Snow Report, and the wrap for William Huff. So we're diving into some Brewster stuff coming up here just after 8:30. That's good. Thanks, Rick. That was a fun time.
Yeah, you feel good.
It got me going for the 3-hour State of LeBron show sitting in the middle of the desk here at some point. Yeah. So that's exciting. We're gonna have a gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor coming up. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be much appreciated. 30 away from changing 300, and that gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor is going to be up for grabs. Let's get to a sports update right now for Lieutenant Eric. Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the week on the other side.
5 games around the NHL tonight, one of which will see the Oilers welcoming the Avalanche to close out Edmonton's schedule prior to the Four Nations face-off. Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas will get you set with the GCL Diesel pregame show, coverage beginning at 6 here on EST. You can also join the boys following tonight's action, taking your reaction on the GCL Diesel post-game show. Last night, Colorado doubling up the Flames 4-2 in Calgary. The Golden Knights snapping a 4-game slide with a 3-1 win over the Devils. And Alex Ovechkin goal 879 as the Capitals get past Philly 4-3. The Edmonton Oil Kings back in action tonight. They'll hit the ice in Calgary against the Hitmen. Puck drop at 7. They'll be back home to host the Moose Jaw Warriors tomorrow night at 7 as well. The Oil Kings sit 7th in the WHL's Eastern Conference. That's a point back of both the Wheat Kings and the Blades. Josh Allen taking home the NFL MVP award last night. It's the closest race since Matt Ryan beat out Tommy Brady in 2016. Allen securing 27 first-place votes to Lamar Jackson's 23. LeBron James, if you didn't hear, 42 points last night, 17 boards.
Really? That's pretty impressive.
Lakers over the Warriors 121-12. Raptors, they're in OKC to battle the Thunder tonight in one of 7 games. Round 1 of the Waste Management Phoenix Open resuming this morning as play was suspended last night due to darkness. It was Corey Connors, the low Canadian. He shot an opening round of 4 under yesterday, followed closely behind by Adam Hadwin at 3 under par. University of Alberta Athletics this weekend. Golden Bears hockey are in Manitoba tonight and tomorrow afternoon, while the Pandas will host the Bisons tonight and tomorrow at the Drake. Volleyball, Golden Bears and Pandas welcoming the UBC Thunderbirds from the Saville Center tonight at 6 and tomorrow at 5. And on the track, the 9th annual Pandas Open runs today and tomorrow from the Butterdome. Sit and Sleep. Currently offering a winter clearance event from massive discounts on major sleep brands to unbeatable deals on Canadian-made custom furniture. A winter clearance event is your chance to transform your home at a fraction of the cost. Plus, you can enjoy perks like free local white glove delivery and special financing offers that make it even easier to bring home the best. Visit us today, Sit and Sleep in South Common next to Planet Fitness.
On the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here. I showed Eric on Twitter the book.
Wow.
Some Twitter account called the Bookbinder started following me, so somebody decided.
Well, it is the Bookbinder
to make one of those.
It's not
today.
Some Twitter account.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Sorry, it's a real one. I guess.
Yeah.
It's the. It's a real one. All right, it's Sobeys Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. We do have a gift certificate that we're going to give away coming up a little bit later on in the segment. We still have our Orange and Blue Breakfast coming up to get you ready for the Oilers and the Avs tonight. And then the wrap for William Huff and the Marmet Basin Snow Report. But right now we've got Don in, Director of Sales for Brewsters and Beer Revolution. Thank you very much for coming in today. How you doing?
Doing great, thanks. Thanks for having me.
This is exciting. You brought a lot of beer for us.
Well, yeah, it's Beer of the Week time. We got to just do the fruit pack, which is the feature beer of the week. And then I brought our lager box as well for some fun, just drinking beers.
Brewsters, raspberry. That's That's the first raspberry ale that I got in on.
Well,
That's the first fruit beer I ever had.
We started making that in 1997.
97?
Yeah, so it's
Come on.
it's been
So
a
have
beer
you
we've
been
done
there
for a
since
long time.
97?
I have, even a little bit before that, to be honest.
No way.
Yeah,
So
you
when
bet.
did you start?
I started at the downtown Calgary location, and then I moved to Edmonton in 96, I guess it was.
Really?
Yeah, ran the little
Well, so you've had a hell of a run then.
I have, yeah. It's been a long time. Well, I mean, we're still a good family-owned company.
Yeah.
The family that started in 89 still owns it, and it's
That's kind of rare nowadays.
It is. It
Right.
is. We're in the second generation of ownership now, which is great, and it's been a lot of fun to watch the company grow.
Yeah, well, I was excited to see that River City one in. So, all right, let's dive
let's dive into
into
that
these
one
then.
then.
Yeah, let's start there. So, what's
dive into
the deal on these this week? The fruit pack. Do we know the price on it?
I actually don't.
I'll track down.
Well, we have the internet
We'll track
here.
down the
We'll
price
find
on it.
out.
I would know that.
No,
Yeah,
I got
don't
an
worry.
email right here. I should have it. Fruit pack's $25.99.
There you go.
$25.99 for the fruit pack. And we're
Right.
going to get into all of these right now. That's in Edmonton and Calgary with Sobeys
Province-wide,
Safeway
yeah.
Liquor.
And so it's got River City Raspberry, 4 cans of that, 4 cans of our 52nd Street Peach Ale, and 4 cans of our Brewfoot Blueberry Ale.
You know what's always blown me away about this raspberry stuff is that it just looks like a regular beer.
Well, that's the thing about our fruit beers is they're always beer first. The fruit is always just in the finish, like they're meant to be.
So some people do
a
that
beer.
differently, right? They execute it differently that way.
Yeah, some the fruit is right up front, whereas ours, when you first drink it, it's like, oh, it's a beer.
Yeah.
And then, no, in the end, there's raspberry.
Yeah. It's crazy because it just looks like regular beer and then it
And then
smells so good though. This might be the best nose on any beer
You like
ever.
that? Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's made with awesome Alberta wheat, Alberta barley. And then we get our raspberries actually from a place in BC.
You know, I came from Cranbrook, BC, pretty small town. I remember when I went to Brewsters, I was just like, what's this? What's this fruit beer? What is this? And then so that's when I had it for the first time. And of all the fruit beers, raspberry is my favorite. It's tremendous. Was this the first fruit beer you guys did?
This was the very first one we did. We actually made it as just a seasonal for Mother's Day in 97.
In 97?
Yeah, at the Oliver Square location, or Unity Square, I should say, location here in Edmonton.
And then it kind of blew up. And
Yeah, it was one of those where we just had one batch of it and it went away, and people were like, well, where's that raspberry beer?
Yeah.
So eventually we just had to make it
You knew
full-time.
you were
Yeah.
onto something. Yeah.
All right, well, let's do it. Cheers to
the raspberry.
Cheers to the raspberry beer.
That's a good way to start your Friday, isn't it?
Uh-huh. We do this every Friday, man. It's a great place to
Great
work.
finish.
That's awesome.
Favorite nose. We've sampled a lot of beers.
We smell a lot
Pretty
of beers,
bold
but
play to say that.
No, man, I'm telling you. I was very excited when I saw Brewsters coming in
Yep.
because that is one of my favorite beers.
Well, and it's fun if you come to the restaurants, we serve them with frozen raspberries.
Yeah, I know.
Right in
Yeah.
there, too, which is cool.
Yeah, we used to go there on
Pull out
Friday.
the little baggie of it.
Friday afternoon
was.
before
I didn't
hockey's. Yeah, you should have brought some in.
Should have.
Don't worry. Luckily for you, I've got some in my drawer over here. Yeah, but yeah, at the restaurant, that's a little sprinkle in
Well,
there
the great
too.
thing is most Sobeys Safeway liquors are right next to the grocery store, so you can wander over to the grocery store and grab your frozen
Go and
beer.
get it, yeah.
play,
No, that's a
exactly.
good
Yeah,
one
yeah.
too. All right, well, let's keep rolling. We got
Want to
lots
keep
to get
rolling
to.
on
Yeah,
the fruit beers? or do you
yeah.
wanna
Well,
get into the other?
let's do the fruit ones
Okay,
first.
we're going to go into the 52nd Street Peach Ale for the next one.
Okay.
Thank you.
How many peach ales are there out there? It doesn't seem like there's many peach ales.
I'm not actually sure how many.
Yeah.
Like I say, we've been making this one full time since about probably 2010, I guess, kind of when we opened Beer Rev in Calgary.
Okay.
This became a house beer at the Beer Revolution there. And
Yeah, we're talking so much about
it's on there.
Brewsters, but Beer Evolution is a great. The whole idea of the flight thing and looking at all those, you can just
Yeah, it looks
gaze
like
at that
the
and
airport
stare.
arrivals and
I
departures
love it.
board,
I
yeah.
just love it. Yeah.
Yeah, 24 taps of rotating craft beer and wicked thin crust pizza.
That's insane.
I mean, you can't
It's
really
great.
go wrong.
That pizza is good.
And good wings there
Yeah.
as well, I must say. Both places, great wings. Outstanding.
Absolutely. And actually, we're doing there this weekend. We've got a big tap takeover tomorrow, starting with Blind Man, where they take the whole board. So 24 taps of Blind Man beer.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, and-
So how
and
long
8
does
bottles of
how
can.
long does that go for?
We tap it on Saturday, and it goes till the kegs run out. So typically, it'll last through. Can we say Super Bowl? Or do we have to say? The
Yeah,
big
no,
game
I
here?
think we can say it. I mean,
Because in the
nobody said
restaurants,
anything to us.
in
Yeah.
the restaurants, we have to say the big game. We're not allowed to use Super Bowl
Yeah,
as
yeah,
an
yeah.
advertising thing. So yeah, through Super Sunday and on until they're gone.
All right. Well, hey, here's a cheers to the big game.
It's a big game.
The big
LIX.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah, isn't
That's
that
like liquid fuzzy peach.
absolutely right?
Yep.
That's
Not too strong,
that's
not
kind of
too
the idea
sweet, but
behind
it's
it.
yeah.
Again, beer first, fruit just as
Exactly.
The finish,
Yeah. No, it doesn't punch you, but it's a nice.
And then the last one in the pack here is Brewfoot Blueberry Ale.
Okay. So the
And it's
raspberry
not blue.
came out in 97. Peach Ale, you said 2010.
Yeah.
When
right around there.
did this one come out?
It would have been shortly after the peach ale. We started when everything changed for us in 2014 when we could start actually selling our beer outside the restaurants.
Yeah.
We came up with this idea to build the fruit pack, and we're like, well, we need a third beer for
So you've
there.
been rolling this for like a
And we just
decade,
did
the fruit
blueberry.
pack. Yeah.
Pretty close to that. Yeah, I think it was 2014 or 2015 when we first were able to launch that. And then you got an empty glass over there.
Oh, there he is.
And this is actually made
trying
with,
to keep
I don't ask me the varieties because I don't know them, but it's made with 4 different kinds of blueberries.
4 different. I didn't even know there were 4 different kinds of blueberries.
The blueberry.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day. All right, well, let's do, let's see here. Cheers to Leon Draisaitl tonight.
Oh, I was going to say LeBron, but I...
You know what? We'll save it. We got some more right here. We'll definitely do that. All right, cheers to Leon Draisaitl, the season that he's having.
Yeah.
Tremendous year. Man, that's good too. You guys know how to make fruit beers, man.
And then the other thing our customers have fun with is mixing the two. They do a mixed berry where they do raspberry and blueberry. Or they'll do
What's
all
your
three
favorite
to make
combo? Is there a
the raspberry
preferred one?
blueberry, I think
Raspberry
that's the
blueberry
one,
would be
is
good,
my favorite.
What is this
Mixed
guy?
berry.
Oh, look at Glue Guy, a beer weasel.
Taste.
A beer weasel.
Yeah.
Get this guy a beer here. You can text us 780-218-9999. Text beer me right now to 780-218-9999. Okay, what do we got? 3 in here too?
Yeah, then the other one I brought in, this is on sale at some of the Sobeys across the province. Not all of them brought it in, but quite a few of them did. This is our lager box. So this is basically for people who just like beer for drinking.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of stuff. Everybody likes beer for drinking, right?
Okay.
So it's got our original lager, our Excellent Cerveza, and our Czech style Pilsner.
All right, perfect.
So we'll start with the original lager. Actually, original lager and Hammerhead Red Ale. These are the only 2 beers that we have made since the beginning in 1989.
Really?
So these are, I mean, don't get me wrong.
That Hammerhead's great ale. I'm a big ale guy. That's
and don't
that's
get
good
me
stuff.
wrong, they've changed a lot in those years because obviously we've learned more about brewing and technology change. But I mean, they're still essentially the same beer. So yeah, this is just a great straight up lager for people who enjoy that and people who want maybe an alternative to the big macros.
All right. Oh, Trev's coming over. There he is. Which one did Glue Guy get?
52nd Street Peach.
Yeah, that's a good one too. All right, let's do a cheers to LeBron James.
LeBron, this is the one.
42 points at the age of 40,
40
making
years
all of
old.
us
Look
people
at that.
over 40 feel very
Is that like
successful.
golf where you shoot your age? That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, just beer, drinking beer.
Yeah, just simple like. That's perfect. Let's do another one. Pour me a little bit less. I still got to be on the air for a couple hours after this. These are generous pours today.
This is Excellent Cerveza.
All right, there we go.
This
Yeah,
is sort
that's
of our take on those light, easy drinking Mexican style beers that everybody enjoys while they're on vacation.
A little for Jay too, if you got any more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jay's
getting in here.
Jay's just milking a live segment
He's
here. Like,
getting lubed for the hang.
yeah, I've had this one a bunch.
So
This
yeah,
is just like
the thing that makes a cerveza is corn. So we use it's a bit of flaked corn in here, which gives a nice little bit of sweetness.
That's what it
lightens
is?
Up a bit. Yeah.
Maddie, would you like a beverage? We're not going to stack any of these. Don't worry.
I'm
Okay,
going to leave
all
a bunch of beers too for you guys to have some.
Yeah,
after.
thank you very much. Yeah. What's that? Hey, you got a haircut. All right, cheers to Maddie's
Cheers.
haircut. It's looking,
Maddie's haircut,
looking
yeah.
terrific today for the big
$1
game.
million bucks.
So that's just 4% crusher.
Yeah, that's a really good beer.
Easy.
Hot day golf course.
Oh
Yeah, that's what those are for right there. All right, and then what's the last one? What's this one?
Czech style Pilsner.
Okay.
So sort of Czech is kind of the origins of lagers and Pilsners way back in the day. So we do kind of a traditional take on this Czech style beer. So it's got 100% Saaz hop, which gives it that sort of signature Czech flavor.
Okay.
But again, just Alberta Pilsner malt and sort of a little bit more of a bite than say the original lager is.
Okay, so that's how we're going to finish up here. All right, let's do a cheers to YouTube, Trev, for showing up on time today, buddy.
Hey,
This
he did
is
it.
terrific. Yeah, there we go. Cheers. Here we go. Oh yeah, you're right. There's more.
Yeah, just a little bit
Like
of
the
finish
last
of the
two.
hops,
Yeah, there's a little bit you
Yeah.
can tell. Yep.
Body.
Yeah, and that's what gives sort of 3 nice different style of beers in that lager box, which is just great for kind of what you're in the mood for.
That's absolutely tremendous. Once again, that fruit pack is the beer of the week. It's $25.99 this week at Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. Thanks a lot for coming in, man.
Hey, thanks,
Well, let's just
guys.
slide out. We'll finish
Appreciate
up the
it.
show
See ya.
here.
Thanks so much.
This was great. Man, a lot of good beers there. What a Friday morning. This has been a terrific time.
That's awesome.
A huge shout out to Dodd. You can whatever, doesn't matter. You can leave them to take them. It's all good.
I'll leave them. I'll take some.
Yeah, there we go. Take some of the empties.
Yes, there we go. I'll build it.
I think those are the most generous pours we ever had. They were not. It was not the sipping that we usually do.
It's always funny when we have guests in for this segment and what type of volume of glasses they bring.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
you can really tell a
those
lot.
are good pours.
Oh yeah, he was not messing
And
around.
it just kept them coming. Like that was 6 half beers crushed pretty quick.
It was not sipping, and those
No.
were coming at a very fast rate. Like that was fast.
Duck Dad said you guys need to start teasing who is coming on for Beer of the Week Thursday, so those of us who have Friday off can drink along. LOL.
Yeah, you know what? No, we
It's
should
not
do
a
that.
bad, you know.
We have thought about doing that in the past.
Oh,
if we get the info.
And we do know by about Tuesday or Wednesday who's coming in.
yeah,
So we could do that. That's not a bad idea.
that's a really good idea. That'd be so fun.
I would suggest not having I wouldn't try them all like we just did. But
Don't
I mean,
matter.
I guess you could. I
Great
guess
boxes,
you
yeah. Great boxes, great beer. 2 great places too, Beer Rev and Brewsters.
Strummy says, if you guys decide to get into one, I know where there's a U-Haul for the empties. That's a good point. I'm sitting across. Is it still across the street, or we get rid of that thing?
The city gal DM'd me on Instagram. We're going to get on
Did
this.
she?
We're
Man.
we're figuring this thing out.
You know what? Evanston Sports Talk has taken down a mobile meth lab.
Yeah, we'll be on the papers, you know.
Finally get that buzz offline. You know,
Oh, we're getting a
What we've
buzz
been
all
looking
right.
for.
Yeah,
That's a good, that's a good point. Jeez, Sobeys Safeway Liquor.
Orange and blue breakfast.
All right, hammer somebody warm up that mac and cheese right now, please.
Yeah.
Fire us a text 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Let's get into your orange and blue breakfast. Brought to you by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years.
Good thing is when we do this now, we don't get the light going on, or you know what I mean, at the old place.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
Yeah, you're right. We don't get that. We don't get
You
that
can pause for as long as you want.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. All right, Oilers and Avs tonight, and then all these guys will go off to play in the Four Nations. Hey, see you later, man. Thanks for the delivery.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Yeah, got to pick these up. They're all delicious. Projected line combinations for tonight, Oilers and Avs. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the oil. Moving things around. Daily faceoff right now. McDavid, Hyman, Arvidsson, Draisaitl, Puck, Coles, and Skinner. Nuge, Matthias Janmark, Connor Brown, Adam Henry, Kasperi Kapanen, and Corey Perry. Noah Phillips sent down yesterday. Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Klingberg, Kulak, and Ty Emerson. You heating that up? Glue guy's getting it.
That's why they call him the glue guy.
That's why he's the glue guy. He's preheating our mac and cheese for us. All-time clutch move. Colorado Avalanche. MacKinnon with Marty Natchez and Lehkonen. Middlestad with Juuso Parssinen and Jonathan Drouin. Jack Drury, Ross Colton, Miles Wood, Parker Kelly, Logan Con. Man, I picked up a lot of Parker Kelly rookie cards over the crack pack the last month. Anyway, Parker Kelly between Logan O'Connor
too, right?
and Kiwi Ranta. Remember the playoff run Kiwi Ranta had?
Sure.
Taves, McCarr, Gerard, Malinsky. I love that guy, Malinsky. Calvin DeHaan and Shillington on the back end for Colorado. As for a list of guys who aren't tough enough to play in this hockey game tonight, let's get to your podium physiotherapy injury report. Knee pain from that nagging ACL injury, hip or shoulder pain slowing you down, back pain after a long day's work. Well, they've got you covered. Whether it's a sports injury, post-op recovery, or the wear and tear of everyday life, the expert team is here to get you back on track. Podium Physiotherapy. Unlock the athlete in you. Who can't go tonight, Rick?
Well, for the Colorado Avalanche, as always, it's a bit of a handful here. Gabriel Landeskog on the IR, Tucker Poolman on the IR, Valerie Nichushkin IR, Scott Wedgwood day-to-day, and Josh Manson day-to-day as well. Avs in action last night, Blackwood playing. Do we see a little Trent Miner tonight?
Well, that would be a major mistake. Because of Miner. Trev got that one late. I think he reacted to it late. Because I said major when it's minor, right?
Yeah. Kane and Regula for the Oilers.
All right. There we go. I want to see that guy.
Regula.
Yeah. I want
Jasmine
to
says,
hey, I want to see if he can be in the lineup on a regular basis.
Jasmine says, remember when Dusty got buzzed and ruined the Hangout Pepsi
I wasn't buzzed
Coke
that
challenge?
day. I wasn't buzzed that day.
But you ruined the challenge.
I didn't ruin the challenge. They're sitting there teasing and challenges like, let's just try it.
They wouldn't get to it.
What challenge was this?
The Pepsi Coke Sprite 7-Up challenge they did on the Hangout. They said I ruined it. But I don't think I ruined it. I just got ahead of the game.
She says you ruined it.
Yeah, it's debatable. All right, what's your key to a victory tonight?
Mina. Not regular, Mina. Trent Mina. It's got to be Minor, right? If Wedgwood's day-to-day, Blackwood played last night, Trent Minor.
It's got to be the case.
Either he stands on his head and makes 60 saves, or the Oilers just light him up. And I do like the idea of MacKinnon and everybody going to the Four Nations together, but on a train, the Via Rail.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
And you can
all the way out to Montreal.
See your country, you know?
The old city.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be good. I think that's the official name of Montreal. Ye old city.
Le old.
Le old cité. Le age cité. I don't know what it would be in French, but it doesn't matter, I guess.
Looking for the season sweep tonight of the Avalanche, which I think a lot of people kind of don't realize when they're thinking, hey, these two teams, are you scared of the Avs come playoff time? Oh, first round match. Oh, you don't want to
do that. Changing 300. It's a little delayed, Trev.
Changing 100.
That's all right. We'll blame
Jasmine.
We'll blame Brewsters for that one.
Jasmine says Reed ruined it too. In all fairness.
Oh, so now everybody's ruining it for them. Here's an idea: just do it at the beginning of the show, and there's no opportunity for it to be ruined. Just saying. Yes. All right, but you know what? I've been thinking about this, but I'm going to run it back. My game day prediction tonight on a Friday night.
Friday night.
So make sure you tweet at me if I get it right.
Ice District.
Bouchard power play goal.
You've been.
I'm going to get on.
Faithful.
I'm going to get on a Bouchard power play goal. I like your chances of that tonight.
He's so close last game. He's had some really good chances, and it's
I thought when they got to overtime, I was like, "This is it.
This is it."
The overtime clapper to win it, and
you know what's annoying? Like he's fighting it. He scores that first one, and then it's gonna be like it's just gonna be nonstop. Once that first one goes, he's gonna have another one. He's gonna have another. It's just getting that first one. He still hasn't been able to do it.
He's gonna get it tonight.
He's gonna get it. For the last few games, he's had those chances. I'm like, this is it. Not quite.
Tonight's the night. Tonight it is happening. You heard it here first. Is your orange and blue breakfast for GCL Diesel? GCL Diesel. Understood.
Got to start getting in more of an action pause when you
freeze on it. That's not a bad idea either. All right, let's get into your snow report.
The bookbinder of Alberta.
It's good, actually. That's a good.
Great bit.
So stoked. Like, winter's here. I'm stoked. You stoked?
Stoked.
Just
I'm
so stoked.
Yes.
I mean, it came down last night, what, a good 5 inches?
Last night, I think so. Something like that, and a couple feet the day before.
And you got a 5-foot base with 5 inches of freshie on top.
Ooh, no new snow this morning, but temperatures are rising. And they've got sunny skies in the forecast, so it should be a Bluebird weekend.
I love it.
Is that a skiing term that I don't know about?
Sounds like it. Hey, like,
oh, this is exciting.
This report is loaded here.
This is the first Bluebird weekend we've ever had.
Yeah, keep going.
Snow base and season total remains the same, 76 and 179. 13 runs were groomed last night, and because they were closed for a few days, there's still lots of great snow pockets to be found around the mountain. All lifts are operating today, and this weekend we've got local musician Pete Chernowski playing some tunes at the Caribou Lounge in the Lower Chalet. So pop in for some lunch and refreshments and enjoy some great acoustic music on your Saturday afternoon.
Love it.
How's that for a snow report? Marmet's going to be hopping today and tomorrow and maybe even Sunday.
Makes my day.
8:54. That's your Marmet Basin snow report.
On a Bluebird weekend.
On a Bluebird weekend. So tell us.
We've never had a Bluebird weekend on the...
Skiers, what is this? What is a Bluebird weekend? I'm curious.
This
The skies are blue.
Are we saying something?
And
Are
then,
they tricking us into saying something
This
dirty on
feels
air
like
here?
what those guys would have said back when they were doing their shredded gnar and all that
the
stuff.
Google AI overview says a Bluebird weekend is a weekend with clear blue skies and ideal conditions for, you guessed it, winter sports.
Oh, man, Bluebird
So
weekend.
snowshoeing, skiing, shredding the
time.
gnar, whatever.
All right, let's get into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, William Huff gets it done every single time. With Bruce Simpson and his dream team, they've been doing it since 1952. And if they weren't good at their job, they probably would have shut down in the late 60s to early 70s.
Yeah.
But they've been doing it since 1952. All right, what did we learn on the show today? What do we got, boys?
The NFL Steelers will play in Dublin next season for Ireland's first regular season game.
What?
Yeah,
All right,
you know
it'd be
this.
a good time with the Steelers in town, eh?
You're gonna giving this show lots of content.
Put me
moving
on
forward.
the call.
The Steelers will play at historic Croke Park in 2025. The league announced today, 2 days before the Chiefs and Eagles meet in the Super Bowl. Obviously, the Irish capital joins Madrid and Berlin as first-time hosts next season. So they're going
And
to
the
Ireland.
NFL is not messing around.
Yeah, well,
Maybe Randy Ambrosi was onto something.
Maybe an EST flyaway.
Probably not. That's probably too far to go and too expensive.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be nice? All right, let's get into your sound of the day today. Trev, did you learn anything on the show today? I should check in with you here, buddy.
I learned that my Sunday is going to be a lot more fun than Chris's. Chris Johnston, that is.
Yeah.
He's not really doing anything.
Chris Johnston's going to be in Montreal. With as some people locally call them, a bunch of scribes. And they're going to be there watching the Super Bowl party.
LeBron, the Cowboys fan, hey?
Yeah,
that's why
organizing.
I'm cheering for the Eagles. Just to stick it to LeBron.
Just to stick it to Pierre LeBron.
Yep.
All right, let's get to our sound of the day today. Let's see if I can execute this here right now.
But I am just a lonely, nasty bookbinder. I would love to be Jasmine. I would love to maybe bind Tommy's shorts so they come further down his thigh. Not a book necessarily, but I'm sure my skills could translate. I would love to put together the Persnickety Papers by Matthew Aronic. And now at last, Jay, you've contacted me. The bookbinder of a murder. The last one.
The last one.
Reed Wilkins in the Nasty Chat.
Oh, it says, really enjoy the show. Thanks, Reed. I think that's the bookbinder himself.
Yeah, a wild bookbinder.
You know what?
appears.
Marshall's a big fan of Reed's. He just sits there and smiles. Like Tammy will say, he'll just stand in front of the computer and watch the Reed Wilkins show and just smile at it the whole time.
I think The Godfather's got some competition.
Well,
I mean,
if I'd sit to Marshall right
if you
now,
could redo it.
Uncle Troy or Reed as your Godfather. I think he would. I think Marshall would even go, the bookbinder. No, but Marshall keeps telling me, he goes, Daddy, I think Reed's coming for Esty for show of the year. You can crank it up a notch.
Oh,
it's like, my God, man, you're my son. You're my flesh and blood.
It's good to have that inner competition.
Killing me here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the text of the day today for A&W. Inbox flying today. So thank you very much for all that. I see all your Beer Me texts. We'll definitely grab one of those, and one of you win a gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. So that is terrific. I saved I have about 4 or 5 guys in the mix here for text of the day today.
Wow, big day.
Let's see here. We got to go with this one. We're talking about the U-Haul across the street.
Yes, and
Sketchy
we do have,
U-Haul. Some people think it's a meth dealer.
We'll have a city commissioner on the case.
Yeah, we got somebody from the city coming to put an end to this.
Tap on the window at least.
Yeah. Tomorrow or Monday when we roll in, if they're out there and they're getting ready to this U-Haul, I'm going to give them one of these. I'm going to
Should I approach it if it's there Monday?
No, don't. That's too dangerous. Meth labs can blow up.
But if it's the meth and jerky lab, I don't know if that's the text.
That's the last thing we need. Anyway, David the Essential is going to win text of the day today for A&W. Gets a gift certificate to A&W. They got the Buddy Bundle on right now. Buddy Burger with cheese, fries, and a small drink for $6, or the Chicken Buddy Burger and fries. Oh, and it's game day.
It's game day.
Mama Burger and fries for $5. A&W must be taking a huge hit on this stuff. These are great deals at A&W.
Giving away their food,
unbelievable
yeah.
stuff. David the Essential says, open the back of the U-Haul. Could be the Polka King of the Midwest. Could be in there.
Jordan Roddy.
Gus Polanski. Is it Gus Polanski?
Yeah.
What's the Jordan Roddy joke?
You know Jordan Roddy, hey?
I don't.
You never went on one of those small town pub crawls with Locke back in the day and he played the accordion to get us all back on the bus?
Not with Locke. I went on one with Yukon And I was with Saker and Maddie and Beecroft, and we ended up getting a limo and bailing on it because it was pretty lame. And then
I got too messed up in Toefield.
You got left behind.
The lady got me a room there, and I woke up. But that was Jordan Roddy. Yeah. But the plans.
no idea.
That's the
no idea. Anyway, congratulations, David the Essential.
You
won text
says
of the day.
meth producer, not dealer. That would be the producer in the.
Oh, sorry, guys. I mean, well, they could produce and deal.
Terminology. Well, you could, but
if I was producing meth, I wouldn't have somebody else deal it for me.
We'll cut out the middleman.
We cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't mind that jerky shack meth.
Yeah.
If you want to get out on the ground floor on that business venture, I think.
If I ever become a meth producer, I'm selling it myself. All right, that's going to do it for the show today.
It should.
Yeah. For you two, Trev, Lieutenant Eric, I am Dustin Nielsen. The Hangout's coming up right away. It's Glue Guy, it's Maddie, and... Oh, is Dean not here yet, though? Well, he would be here early if he was coming in. Has he texted you? What? Never mind. It doesn't matter. Hangout is coming up next, just after 9 o'clock. I'll be back with the Lock Shop. Huge Super Bowl preview in the Lock Shop today. And, of course, the oil stream as well. Tommy will be fresh from the rink for that one. For YouTube, Trev, Lieutenant Eric, I am Dustin Nielsen. Huge shout out to Brewsters today. And does Don know how to party or what?
Beer Revolution.
Yeah, lots of good times there. Take it easy. I'll talk to you at 11.